So,
My character sheet.
here we are. Before we start, everybody look on the back of your character sheet at your traits and your ideology beliefs. Get a hand, kind of figure out, remember where your character was. I've started out everybody with a coin so everybody's got a coin to start with. When last we left our intrepid investigators, they had drank potions they didn't know what would do. Very, very, very hazardously. And woke up in the Dreamlands, coming down the 777 steps of lesser slumber and passing through the cave of flames and going down the 777 steps of deeper slumber out into the enchanted wood where they met each other. For the first time met Isabella Eldridge and then made their way over the course of several days to the city of Ulthar. Actually, let's see if I can find it because that's the one thing I didn't. Oh, I'm going to stick into gaming text down darker trails. I found a map of Ulthar in a game book.
Nice.
Surprisingly, didn't expect it to be there. Showing Ulthar is a little bigger than I really had thought it was, but I like the map. Um, this is actually from Spawn of Azathoth, which is an out of print scenario. So I thought I would use it. Ooh. You came to the village of You came to the village of Near, crossed the bridge, came into the town, saw that there were cats everywhere. Ulthar is filled with cats. At a certain point, Loren Hutton spotted a very familiar cat, as a matter of fact, who led you all a merry chase through the town. As he would disappear around corners, you would look for him, you'd like, oh, he's gone, and then you'd see him way up high. Or you'd come around a corner and he'd be on the street again, and you weren't quite sure how he got up and down quite so quickly. But you followed him to a tiny house at the edge of the village, outside of the walls, outside of like neighborhoods, right at the edge, farmlands beyond it, and woods, and uh, went inside where you were greeted by a small child who appeared to be deaf and blind, and the house was full of cats, just full to overflowing with cats, and it looked like they were doing all the chores in the house for this child. So at one point, um, Loren Hutton's gray cat showed up and yowled, and all the cats and the boy all headed out through the kitchen, went out through a narrow door in the back, and the door closed behind them. At which point you turn back to the gray cat, and I believe there is a picture of the gray cat in the gaming text. Yes, there is. If you scroll up just a little bit. Oh, Josie has vanished like the wind. Uh, to turn off lights, apparently. Here she comes. Sorry. At which point the cats sat down in the comfortable chair in the parlor, looked at you, and said, "What took you so long?" And that's where we start.
We got here as fast as we could.
Uh, I had other things I had to do, and I had to get the potions.
You don't have to do that here. The cat says to you, Loren Hutton.
I don't know if I can stop.
He's just said that. You haven't tried anything yet. And then he sits there and he looks at you, expect all of you expectantly. Kind of looks across at all of you are standing in like the foyer of the house. There's a little foyer as you come in the door. To the left is a parlor. Straight ahead was like a kitchen in the back. A narrow set of steps went up. A lot of cats had come down that steps. You know that there's a little tiny door in the back. There's a window to the right that leads into the kitchen, facing into the house. I put a picture of the house up as well. I'm pretty certain in gaming text. And now the cat
Yeah,
is
it's
sitting there
big.
with its paws crossed on this very comfortable looking chair, staring at you.
What a novel experience! Did you
You're
need us for something?
you're not
Talking
Elfric.
cat.
William Hazard is not Elfric. Don't forget.
Uh, Um,
That was definitely an Elfric.
I think that was more of a that vibe.
That
Yeah.
was
That was
definitely Elfric.
that was
You could still be excited about this, but William Hazard is more of a Southern boy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I didn't have that drawl as much.
Hmm.
you don't do that here either.
Oh. Do you say something though, William Hazard?
I'm still thinking it's kind of a trip
Oh yeah, that's right.
to an extent. So, what a novel experience!
There you go.
A talking cat.
That is much better. He gives you a glance, but he's mostly. Oh, I think you're muted. I couldn't hear you there, Isabella. Nope, we got no sound from you.
Nope.
It could have
Nothing.
switched
I'm
in
sorry.
Discord.
You're
It
probably
does
gonna
that
have
sometimes.
to. What do you think? It switched to push to
Well,
talk?
No, it could have switched to a different thing, mic wise.
You might have to restart Discord. We'll wait for you. There's a commercial coming up right now. Okay. I think. Maybe the
Buy
commercial just
whiskey.
ended. I don't know. Freaking
Good.
Twitch, man.
So okay,
They
the
make
cat
it-
said I don't need to do that here. Is there anything I can like roll for my brain to figure that out, or just
Hold on. Let's see if we can get Josie so we can hear her. Should have checked on that before we started. That's my fault.
I thought we heard her for a moment,
We
but then
did.
it cut
Sorry.
out.
There she is.
There we go. I heard it.
Am I good now?
Yes.
Yep.
Now I
Yeah.
can hear you. Sorry.
Okay, I don't know what happened.
That's okay. Computers happened.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I pet you to the cat?
The cat kind of gives you a look, like one of those cat looks, like that.
Side eye.
Yes, not really side eye, just kind of like lowers his lids to kind of stare you down. Um, oh, we are still in an
Okay.
ad break. Ad break in process.
Oh.
But then it just went away. It was just like ad break. We'll start in 2 seconds, and then it vanished. I'm like, so there's an ad break for another minute. But that's okay. We can play through it. I'm not terribly concerned since nobody's watching, which is fine. So the cat just gives you kind of one of those kind of looks, and you can interpret that to mean anything that you want. Oh, I can't hear you again. Say something again. There you go. Okay,
Something.
good. Okay, you said something, or you maybe just moved your lips. I don't know.
I just said okay.
Yep, didn't hear that. So the cat's just sitting there looking at you.
Well, I don't pet it if it. I mean, if it talked and then it didn't respond to me, then I don't
Well,
want to be respectful.
go talk to Jan about that?
it's looking at you expectantly. I take it you have questions of some sort.
Why would you want me here?
You are a relative of Lucian Wilkes. I believe he is a threat. When he died 10 years ago, his consciousness, his spirit, whatever you wish to call it, came to the Dreamlands, and he has been here ever since. I am certain of that. They call him the Wizard Wilkes here. Although little is known about the man, aside from the fact that he's a dreamer and a powerful sorcerer. I lived in Saltmarsh all my life. My dreams were disturbed some weeks ago in the waking world, and my investigation led me to you. And he looks at Hutton. And your apartment over the newspaper office. I entered those dreams and I found Lucian Wilkes and recognized him. As I could only speak to you in the Dreamlands, I first sent some subtle hints which you did not pick up on, and brought illusions of the potions. It seems that Wilkes wants you here as well. Despite that, I feel that the information that you might be able to give, or the help that you and your companions might be able to give me, outweighs your personal safety. I realized the only place that Wilkes could contact you was in the newspaper office apartment. That's why I warned you not to sleep there. I want you to find Wilkes and find out what he's up to. No one in the Dreamlands that I have spoken to knows where he is, so I leave it in your capable hands. Whatever he's up to can't be good. I don't like a dreamer invading Saltmarsh, so I want you to stop it.
Do you not have any idea where he might be?
He's been very secretive. Time passes differently in the Dreamlands, and he has been here for a long time. But no one seems to know where he is, although many have heard of him.
Is there any place beyond this Ulthar?
There are many places beyond Ulthar. The Dreamlands are vast. You yourselves are dreamers. This is a place that people, some few from the waking world, can actually visit. And dreamers have certain powers. You are able to manipulate the world around you. You are able to create things or change things if you so desire. So he starts to explain to you. Alright, so on your character sheets, you can each add a skill called dreaming. And
Oh.
dreaming,
Is that different from the dream lore?
yes, it's different from
Okay.
dream lore. So dreaming, you'll have to add it on one of the slots down in the lower right. I think you'll have a couple.
Does it start at the same level?
It starts at 1/5 your power. So whatever the die roll for your power was. Sorry, Isabella.
I don't like math.
What is your power?
It's going to be the lower number in the power.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
lowest
lowest
number.
number?
You know, you'll have like
Yeah,
a
so-
50 and then a 10
7.
and then a 5. So 7. So yours will start at 7%, which is not huge.
Better than mine.
I was about to say none of ours are going to be too
That's
big.
fine. Well, nobody starts very big, but he tells you that with practice you can get better. And
Sounds fascinating.
when you awaken and come back into the Dreamlands, you can try to increase it then. And basically, player wise, when you want to create something from the dreaming, you spend magic points to create it, and then you roll under your dreaming skill in order to successfully do so. And the item that you create depends upon whether you take, like, if you take a stick and you want to turn it into, well, what example do they give? If you want to turn, they say, a tree into a bench. If you want to turn something into something that's the same kind of thing, it costs less. If you want to create a sword, for instance, out of nothing, since a sword can do up to 9 points of damage, it costs 9 magic points to create it. Is one of the things, but it's really very arbitrary. So it just depends on the thing. If you want to create a person, it's more expensive.
Like a tulpa.
Like a what?
A tulpa.
A topa.
Topa.
I don't know what that is off the top of my head.
I could tell you, but it might take a minute.
That's okay.
Just a manifestation of it's a manifested spirit
Okay.
that you create in your mind.
Once you create something, it's real until after the next time you come into the Dreamlands. So it's, if you say you create a dagger, that dagger is going to be solid this time you're here and the next time you're here, and after that it will go away.
Okay.
Unless you actually put power into it. And that's when you put power into something, that power doesn't come back. Your
That's
magic
expensive.
points will come back. Um, he basically tells you that if you make clothes for yourself and that kind of thing, they're going to be with you when you come back. You might have to make them again. The nicer, obviously, the quality of the objects. The main thing about the object is what determines its cost. If you
Hazard.
go ahead, hazard what?
I was gonna say Hazard immediately tries to change his clothes into different
All
clothes.
right, you want what kind? You want fine clothes because it'll be expensive.
I'll just try to change the shape into how my normal clothes look, but not the textures of the clothing.
Kind of like you're trying to make yourself a suit.
Yeah, trying to put it into a suit.
All
Seeing
right.
if it works.
I'm
Because
gonna
it
say,
sounds fascinating.
what's your size? That's what the cost is going to be. No,
50.
so size divided by 10 is what the cost is
Oh,
going to be.
10. Oh,
So it
divided by
costs you
10, 5.
no, wait. 50 is it going to be it's going to be 10 points to do it.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
divided by
fifth.
5.
Gotcha.
It's 1/5. So yeah, go ahead and make a roll against your dreaming skill. So it costs you 10. Do you have 10 magic points?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll realize that is expensive. 96 is a big fat
It's
no.
just like nothing happens at all. Um, uh, Nobody probably even notices you trying to do that unless Hazard makes a big
Huh.
deal about it. You know what I mean? Because all you were doing was concentrating for a few moments while the cat was talking and telling you how to do this. He points out to Loren Hutton that he can also use that his dreaming. He can also use this power as a dreamer to stop his stutter. And I'm gonna basically say it's only gonna cost you a magic point, Sean, because this is like your stutter is something that's mental. It's something that is not like a physical thing, so it's not going to be very expensive. Um, and you can try as many times as you have magic points if you want. You're muted, by the way.
Can I push it?
Oh,
I didn't
that's
think
a
about that.
good question.
Makes it worse.
It would,
Imagine
it
so, right?
could make it worse if you push it. How are you pushing? Thinking about not stuttering anymore. You have to give me that first. And if you can't figure out a way, then you can't push it. Hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of a way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But you can try again and again as many times as you have magic points if
We'll give
Loren
it one
wants.
more try here.
Okay. There are also 4 coins in play at the moment.
Right. One more time.
Loren uses up all his magic points.
Nope, I'm done.
And
Okay,
you can
nope,
keep using
didn't do
magic
it.
points past past 0, but each one's going to cost you a point of damage because
Yeah,
you're actually
no.
using
Hurts a
your
little
health.
bit.
Hurts a lot. Well, yeah, a little bit for that for 1 point. Um, he also notes that this streaming power can be used to heal yourself. So you might want to keep that in mind as well.
I was just about to ask that.
Mhm. I need to look that up because he explains it in such a way that it'll make sense, and you'll
Because
sorry
we
about
know we're
this.
dreaming and we know we're not actually hurt, so we can heal those wounds. I don't know.
Are you? Are you? I know that healing is a part of it. Dreaming signal. Sorry about this. I should have marked this.
You good?
I think it's probably going to be until I say differently or find out differently. It'll be on a 1-to-1 basis for the amount of magic points that you spend. But I'll
Okay.
double check on that at some point.
That's still legit.
He also notes that you can leave the Dreamlands whenever you want by just willing it. And out of character, this will require a dreaming check in order to, I want out, and wake yourself up. Until the point comes where you wake naturally.
Does it cost magic points?
No, that's not going to cost magic points. But you still have to make the roll.
Gotcha.
I got to double
And
check
if we
that too.
fail, we're just
Stuck.
still in the dreaming
Yes,
in the
but he
dreamland.
yes,
Uh,
but he also warns you that when you leave, you might forget everything when you wake about being here, and it'll be remembered as little more than a dream. And
Mhm.
that's when we discussed that last week or last time. And what that comes down to is you don't get any skills. You still have the sanity loss. You still get to keep your dreaming skill when you wake,
That's good,
uh,
at least.
and you still get to keep sanity. And hold on a sec. Wait, you know what? I wrote this right here. Here we go. Sanity, Cthulhu Mythos, and dreaming skills remain. If you learned any spells here and you don't make that roll, it's an intelligence check. Those spells are gone.
Uh,
So keep that in mind as well. Um, uh, he notes that the Dreamlands are filled with magic and wonder, as well as terrible, horrible things, and some who visit the Dreamlands return after they die. Um, if you die here, you can never return to the Dreamlands. And some who are too strongly connected to the waking world can never come here. Certain things also do not exist here. The lands are some
Wait, so
centuries behind your waking world.
so if Wilkes is dead, how can he still be here?
Wilkes had prepared and came to the Dreamlands upon his death. So he is only here, unlike all of you. And then he looks at Isabella for like the first time, very, and he kind of squints at her,
Okay.
and he says, "And who are you?"
Ah, um, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Isabella Eldridge. And did he tell us his name?
He has not said he's any kind of name yet.
Okay, and then so I say, and you are?
The cat looks at you, Loren Hutton, and gives you a look like, hmm?
Are you gonna introduce me?
Yeah, kinda. You're muted still, Sean.
I unfortunately do not remember the cats. I know the what did that what did what did the
The
say?
kid called him something. Give me an intelligence check, and I'll tell you what the kid called him.
I don't remember either.
You weren't there.
That would be a regular success.
This
Last
was
time?
in this was in the Waking World several sessions ago. That was a success, you said,
Oh,
Sean.
okay.
He called the cat Mister Rascal.
That's what it is. As Mister Rascal.
It will serve as well as any other.
Uh, is that your chosen name? Natural name? Is there another you'd prefer to be called by?
Mister Rascal will do.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Rascal.
The
well,
feeling is mutual if you're willing to help.
oh,
Sure.
and
I I'm just here for really curiosity, so I have nothing better to do. I'm willing to help if I can.
Fair enough. Okay, Hazard. You keep trying to talk. Go ahead.
sorry.
All
I
right.
kept
No,
thinking
that's
it might
fine.
have
That's
ended.
fine.
Oh, well, Mr. Rascal, uh, you did say y'all are behind the times here. So would that mean, I would assume, there are no firearms, but with this dream magic, would I be able to create one?
No.
Hmm.
Nothing that didn't exist 300 or 400 years ago can be made. That'd be the 15th century, maybe the 14th century.
When were guns invented? Forget.
Guns have been around for a while, but at that time period, at best, you're going to have some cannons that aren't terribly reliable. No sidearms of any
Wait,
effect.
Yeah, like a pipe gun.
No, yeah, you're not going to be able to make like a flintlock or a wheel lock or anything like that. It's before that.
Yeah, then useful.
So if something is bigger, like a cannon, would that take more? I know you said it depends on what kind of thing it is or how complicated, but if it's bigger, does that matter too?
It could, but in the case of like if you wanted to make a cannon, it would probably be whatever kind of damage the cannon does in magic points.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, you can also use power to boost how many magic points you can put into something. Every point of power, 5 points of power will double. So if you only have like 7 magic points and you want to make something that takes 10, you can get rid of 5 points of power and then you can make something that does up to 14. But that power doesn't come back. Magic points come back over a period of time, like an hour. Power is gone, and the only way to get power back really is through magic, or and I'm telling you this out of character. If you roll a 0-1 on a luck check, you can get power back. You can get some power. If you succeed with a power versus power roll when you cast a spell on somebody, like to hurt them, you get to check to see if your power goes up every time you cast a spell. But you have to be successful first. So this is all out of character, just to kind of give you an idea that casting spells can increase your power. It also will probably drive you crazy, because every time you cast a spell, you lose some sanity. So, it's kind of a toss-up. And I am going to add a house rule that if there's a group luck check, whoever has low luck, and I ask for a group luck check, and they make it, and they roll a 1, all of you guys can check your power to see if it goes up. Because I think that's kind of fair, because it's kind of you're at a disadvantage. And a group luck check, just in case anybody isn't sure, is whoever's in your group has to roll, who has the lowest luck has to make that roll. And then if they do, everybody succeeds in this. Like, oh gosh, there might be a guard walking down this way, or whatever.
Oh, I know. I've listened to many podcasts.
Okay. Just making sure everybody's on the same page.
It's normally me.
Aaron usually seems to have the lowest luck in the party. I don't know if that's true at this juncture or not. I think it might be.
It still could be. It still could be.
Okay. Yeah. So he says, I merely wish you to find Lucian Wilkes and learn what he is trying to do.
So no idea on how to begin this quest?
Well,
Where to start?
there is an entrance, from my understanding, to the great library of the Dreamlands somewhere in Ulthar, if you can find it.
Okay.
The people here possibly, know of him. Most dreamers come to Ulthar first, unless he went a different direction through the enchanted forest. Did you see any zoogs?
What are zoogs?
Small, insubstantial, unimportant, filthy creatures.
No,
we saw a
we didn't see.
tall creature.
You saw something large, man-sized.
Zoogs are the same size as I am, but they are filthy and disgusting. We cats have been at war with them for a very long time. They're evil.
What
Yes.
could be a tall thing?
A tall thing where?
In the woods.
In the enchanted forest. I don't know. It wasn't a goblin, was it? There are said to be some goblins in the enchanted forest.
This was as
just a
big
man.
as.
Are they tall?
He shakes
It was
his head.
taller than us. And
Goblins are
longer
small,
arms as well.
but very fast, very strong, and dangerous. I do not know.
We were told about the Zoogs by that family that we stayed with last night. I
No,
think.
it was 3
No,
nights ago.
3 nights ago.
Yeah.
Three
This is
nights
your
ago, I mean.
yeah. Okay, so day one was the Enchanted Forest. You traveled for 3 days. It's the fourth day of being here, and now you're in Ulthar. Just FYI, just to keep everybody on the same page. So yeah, 4 days ago or 3 days ago, whatever you say. Uh, no, I do not know what it could be. It could have been many things. Did it accost you?
No, no, it was
It
kind of
it asked us to
inviting
follow
us.
it. Yeah.
Mister Rascal just shakes his head and kind of shrugs.
think I think it was just a disheveled man, was it not? We didn't engage him.
Again, Mister
He
Rascal
looked
doesn't know,
creepy.
obviously.
He looks creepy and very untrustworthy. But hey, it could be this mystery man.
There we go.
I guess we'll never know.
Oh, we could always go back and find out if it's still there.
I, mm, let's try other avenues first, I think. Perhaps the
Let's-
library.
That's a great idea.
Is this map 2 parts, Andy?
The map? No.
Okay, just 1 page.
No, yeah, this is just a one-page map. The off to the right, on the right side, uh, is mostly like suburb type areas. That's what you passed through. It's mostly homes. You passed through until you came to this house on kind of the east side of the city.
Okay.
And keep in mind, this map has all this stuff listed, so your characters don't really know any of it. Your investigators don't know what anything is.
There's no X marks the spot. You are here.
No.
There's not. You guys are off the map. This
Oh.
direction, out in this way.
Okay.
Maybe we should try to find a tavern or a saloon of some type and ask questions.
There are some in Ulthar. There are inns. There are taverns. You should not have any difficulty finding lodgings, as they are very friendly to dreamers here and cats.
We've heard.
I was wondering, do you hold high political standing here? There's just
Me?
so much of you, and apparently the only law is to not mess with y'all.
Oh, there are other laws, but that is the most important one. For you see, in Ulthar, no man may kill a cat. Long ago, and he tells you the story. If I can find it, because I know it's here.
The great cat Zoog Wars.
No, not the Great Cats Wars. Ah.
Nice.
In Ulthar, before ever the Burgesses forbade the killing of cats, there dwelt an old cotter and his wife, who delighted to trap and slay the cats of their neighbors. You passed his home. On our way here, you may have noticed the ruined house amidst the dark oaks in the filthy yard. And you all remember passing this one house that's in kind of
It looked
ruins.
burned down?
It wasn't burned down, it was just in ruins. And like cats everywhere, not a single cat on that piece of property. And it looked abandoned for a long time. Why they did this, I do not know, save that many hate the voice of the cat at night and take it ill that cats should run stealthily about yards and gardens at twilight. But whatever the reason, this old man and woman took pleasure in trapping and slaying every cat which came near their hovel. And from some of the sounds heard after dark, many villagers fancied the manner of slaying was exceedingly peculiar. But the villagers did not discuss such things with the old man and his wife, because of the habitual expression on the withered faces of the two, and because their cottage was so small and so darkly hidden under spreading oaks at the back of a neglected yard. In truth, much as the owners of the cats hated these odd folks, they feared them more. and instead of berating them as brutal assassins, merely took care that no cherished pet or mouser should stray towards the remote hovel under the dark trees. When through some unavoidable oversight a cat was missed, and sounds heard after dark, the loser would lament impotently, or console himself by thanking fate that it was not one of his children who had thus vanished. For the people of Ulthar were simple, and knew not whence it is all cats first came. One day a caravan of strange wanderers from the south entered the narrow cobbled streets of Ulthar. Dark wanderers they were, and unlike the other roving folk who passed through the village twice every year, in the marketplace they told fortunes for silver and brought gay beads from the merchants. What was the land of these wanderers none could tell, but it was seen that they were given to strange prayers, and that they had painted on the sides of their wagons strange figures with human bodies and the heads of cats, hawks, rams, and lions. And the leader of the caravan wore a headdress with 2 horns and a curious disc betwixt the horns. There was in this singular caravan a little boy with no father or mother, but only a tiny black kitten to cherish. The plague had not been kind to him, yet had left him this small furry thing to mitigate his sorrow. And when one is very young, one can find great relief in the lively antics of a black kitten. So the boy, whom the dark people called Jimenez, smiled more often than he wept, as he sat playing with his graceful kitten on the steps of an oddly painted wagon. On the 3rd morning of the wanderer's stay in Ulthar, Jimenez could not find his kitten, and as he sobbed aloud in the marketplace, certain villagers told him of the old man and his wife, and of the sounds heard in the night. And when he heard these things, his sobbing gave place to meditation, and finally to prayer. He stretched out his arms towards the sun and prayed in a tongue no villager could understand, though indeed the villagers did not try very hard to understand, since their attention was mostly taken up by the sky and the odd shapes the clouds were assuming. It was very peculiar, but as the little boy uttered his petition, there seemed to form overhead the shadowy, nebulous figures of exotic things, of hybrid creatures, crowned with horn-flanked discs. Nature is full of such illusions to impress the imaginative. That night the wanderers left Ulthar and were never seen again, and the householders were troubled when they noticed that in all the village there was not a cat to be found. From each hearth the familiar cat had vanished. Cats large and small, black, gray, striped, yellow, and white. Old Cranon, the burgomaster, swore that the dark folk had taken the cats away in revenge for the killing of Mine's kitten, and cursed the caravan and the little boy. But Neath, the lean notary, declared that the old cotter and his wife were more likely persons to suspect, for their hatred of cats was notorious and increasingly bold. Still, no one durst complain to the sinister couple, even when little Atal, the innkeeper's son, vowed that he had at twilight seen all the cats of Ulthar in that accursed yard under the trees, pacing very slowly and solemnly in a circle around the cottage, 2 abreast, as if in performance of some unheard-of rite of beasts. The villagers did not know how much to believe from so small a boy, and though they feared that the evil pair had charmed the cats to their death, they preferred not to chide the old cotter till they met him outside his dark and repellent yard. So Ulthar went to sleep in vain anger, and when the people awakened at dawn, behold! Every cat was back at his accustomed hearth. Large and small, black, gray, striped, yellow, and white, none was missing. Very sleek and fat did the cats appear, and sonorous with purring content. The citizens talked with one another of the affair, and marveled not a little. Old Cranon again insisted that it was the dark folk who had taken them, since cats did not return alive from the cottage of the ancient man and his wife. But all agreed on one thing, that the refusal of all the cats to eat their portions of meat or drink their saucers of milk was exceedingly curious. And for 2 whole days the sleek, lazy cats of Ulthar would touch no food, but only doze by the fire in the sun. It was fully a week before the villagers noticed that no lights were appearing at dusk in the windows of the cottage under the trees. Then the lean Nith remarked that no one had seen the old man or his wife since the night the cats were away. In another week, the burgomaster decided to overcome his fears and call at the strangely silent dwelling as a matter of duty, though in doing so he was careful to take with him Shang the blacksmith and Thul the cutter of stone as witnesses. And when they had broken down the frail door, they found only this: two cleanly picked human skeletons on the earthen floor, and a number of singular beetles crawling in the shadowy corners. There was subsequently much talk among the burgesses of Ulthar. Zath the coroner disputed at length with Nith the lean notary, and Crannan and Shang and Thule were overwhelmed with questions. Even little Atal, the innkeeper's son, was closely questioned and given a sweetmeat as a reward. They talked of the old cotter and his wife, of the caravan of dark wanderers, of small Mines and his black kitten, of the prayer of Mines, and of the sky during that prayer, of the doings of cats on the night the caravan left, and of what was later found in the cottage under the dark trees in the repellent yard. And in the end, the burgesses passed that remarkable law which is told of by trailers in Hathig and discussed by travellers in Nir, namely, that in Ulthar no man may kill a cat. So he tells you this whole story in answer to your simple question.
That is very insightful.
Andy, would it be a history check or possibly an anthropology check to identify a historical description matching the individuals that came?
I'll take either. The individuals that came.
Like like how they were described by Mister Rascal,
Mhm.
like with the horn with the discs above their head.
Yeah. I'll take either. Whichever you
I
prefer.
was thinking the same thing.
Make a rolls.
Oh, yikes, I have a 5. All right, I'll try.
You try, Sean.
Extreme success.
Okay.
Nice.
5.
I don't have the
Anthropology.
right dice.
Don't have the right dice. No.
I was use a D4. Like, wait, no, that's for something else.
Me, the player, I'm pretty sure I know. Just the.
Yeah,
character.
you're probably right.
Yeah,
Let's let Josie make her roll.
of course.
Because then I can tell you both at
Oh.
once.
I needed that 5 to stop stuttering.
Yeah. Oh, well. Darn.
Fail.
Okay. No.
57.
Okay. So, Loren, you, yes, that sounds Egyptian. As do the symbols, the figures in the sky, the figures painted on the wagons that had the heads of animals and the bodies of men. That just sounds like things you've read about Egypt, or stories you've heard, or that kind of thing. Maybe probably the museum you're from Chicago, aren't you?
Yep.
There might have been some kind of an Egyptian exhibit sometime in your lifetime there, mostly with just no actual artifacts or anything, not in 1870s or 1860s.
Most likely drawings.
Drawings, there might have been some photographs, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like to you.
I believe the people that came that had the cat and the boy, I think they were from what we call Egypt.
It was long,
But you got rid of your stutter.
long ago.
Or
You can still say that. You still say that. And then he goes,
no, that was out of character.
"Oh, stay in character."
Sorry.
Will you help? Will you find your great uncle? Determine if he is trying to do something untoward, and stop him.
I can help. Yes.
When in Rome.
Is that a cream soda?
Nope.
I am curious to experience more of this dreamland you call.
I have a question.
Oh, the cat looks at you.
Um,
Mr. Rascal.
yeah, Mr. Rascal, do all of the cats here speak as you do, or are you the only one?
Cats can talk in the Dreamlands. We have a language of
Hmm.
our own. Most cats simply don't talk to men in the Dreamlands because what's the point?
But they all could. They can all understand us.
Oh, yes.
Good
Much
to
as
know.
you are dreaming, they are dreaming, and I am dreaming as well.
Ah, I
Are you
see.
able to use the dreaming as well?
Of course I am.
Would you be able to give us an example of what we can do?
No.
I just look around for a minute.
That's all he says.
All right.
Just sitting there.
He's a cat. He's not going to
Yeah,
help
he's
you.
a
Come on.
cat.
Yeah.
It is something you'll have to experience and learn on your own. That you know you can do it is half the battle. You are dreamers.
And since we were able to come here through potions, are we gonna have to figure out how to make those potions to come back?
Now that you have been here, you can return whenever you sleep.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Let's get searching.
Good luck. I am also going to search. I will be in touch when I am able. Let me
Thanks
make
for all your
sure.
information, Mr. Rascal.
That's what I'm checking. I'm making sure that I have given everything to you guys.
I love William Hazard trying to see if he has a new market for his weapons.
Sorry. Oh, a new market. Yeah.
They
They
can't
all
exist
need
here.
some-
There's a problem
They
there.
all need
I
some
did
guns.
look it up, Andy, just in
10th
case.
century guns.
I saw that. I saw your message.
Gotcha. Matchlocks were in the 1400s.
Yes. You could try to make one, see if it works.
Nice.
And if you make the dreaming roll and nothing happens, then obviously it's from before then. You know what I mean?
That's
You
fine.
do know for sure there were cannons. They're big ass, huge things.
Oh,
And not very accurate. So, yeah.
could be fun. And I'll look that
Yeah,
up
I
too.
think he told you pretty much everything I wanted to get across about you leaving, the dreaming skill, Hutton, you don't have to stutter. Certain things can't exist. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's told you everything that needs to be told as far as like important information.
Like what time is it? Is it night, day?
It's probably early afternoon. You guys still have plenty of time in the day, and also you don't have to
Oh.
limit yourself to like I want to do this at this specific time. You can. He's already told you. Actually, he didn't tell you that. The time moves differently here. Weeks, months. He would have told you this. Weeks, months, years even can pass before you awaken. Tomorrow morning, basically.
Cool.
Okay. He did say time worked differently, but he didn't tell us how. So
Yeah, I'm gonna retro that in that he would have said that. Because I know some people questioned Nash and Nashton Kamen Tha in the Cavern of Flame, but others didn't. So he does point that out too as well. That time passes differently in the Dreamlands. Yeah. So
Well,
I mean, he's still just
I
sitting
guess
there.
I turn to the group and just generally say, well, shall we head out and look for the library or just wander around the town?
I would think that we should try to find a place to sleep for the night and then explore more.
Well, it's not all that urgent, but certainly good to keep in mind.
But yes, I agree. The library sounds much better than just aimlessly wandering. With the information we have.
We may have to aimlessly wander to find it, but
This is true.
But if we find a tavern, we can ask where the library is.
that's a good point. Yes.
You'll
Or
have to-
perhaps
Okay.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Mr. Rascals knows.
You will have to find the library yourself.
Okay.
It is always
Yeah.
in a different place every day. And it requires one to find it who is looking for it in the village. Good luck.
Sounds like we'll need it.
Once you have found it the first time, it is easier to find the second.
Excellent.
And so
Would you
many
like a
bits-
scratch on the head or under the chin before I go?
Of course,
like-
I would.
I'd like your consent, of course, since I know that you are quite sentient and all. So I'll give him Scritchy.
Yeah, he likes it. Obviously, he's a cat. Does
Okay,
the cat thing
good.
when you do. He's got the works his way into the scratching
Aw.
and that kind of thing.
If it's really good, I didn't try to trap him in the waking world.
If he, what'd you
Oh.
say?
Because I have trapping as a skill.
Oh my god, yeah, that'll go over well. Okay, so do you leave? I mean,
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah, we're leaving.
okay, yeah.
Heading on
Uh, what kind of lodgings do you find? Give me something imaginative, and you can get a coin.
Nice.
And it could be
A castle.
I'm
Kidding.
I'm
Uh,
looking for a place with music, music coming from within, laughter.
Well, tell me what you find.
Jovial place.
Yes, a jovial place.
Sounds good. The
Find a
smell
place
of
you
cooking meat wafting from it, maybe.
you can feel a warm fire coming from.
Yeah,
within.
tell me about this place. I'm giving you guys a chance to create. So create.
Oh, we make our own
We
place.
are.
Yeah.
Playing.
What do you find? What's it called? What's it look like? Who's there? Is it an inn? Is it just somebody's house? Who has rooms?
Yeah.
Is it what do we got?
I'd say inn tavern. Does that
Yeah,
sound good?
It's called the Clobbered Colossus.
No.
No.
No?
I don't want a dumb that's a dumb name.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a silly name. That's one of Matt's freaking Carl the Cartographer things. And that doesn't fit in with the
I don't hate it.
Dreamlands. I don't like it for the Dreamlands. It could be in a D&D game, but so you find an inn.
I don't know.
Off the map.
Lucid Waters?
Lucid Waters.
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Lucid Waters,
Something like
what's it
that.
like? What's the place like? And
We
where-
already said.
Where on the map is it?
I want to say there's a fountain there.
Oh, nice. I like it. So it has a fountain, what, out front? Perhaps?
No, right in the middle of the bar.
Right.
No, I'd say maybe
Okay.
maybe one of those wall things where the water cascades down it.
So it's a stone building?
Yeah.
Where's this water
Yes.
coming from? A spring or a pump or
It's magic.
Pump.
Thin air.
what is
I'd
it?
say it's
I
just
don't know.
coming from the wall. It's just coming out a wall.
It's coming out of a wall. Okay.
Well, you know
yeah,
the
like
artistic sheets of
Yeah,
water.
a sheet of water that falls into a fountain out in the tavern area downstairs. Is there a tavern downstairs? Is it more of a coffee
Yeah,
shop
there's
or is it
Ooh, I froze.
serve everything? I see you, James. Can you hear
Yeah, we
us?
still think
Nope. There he
No,
goes.
he
Now he
froze.
froze.
yes, it's a tavern downstairs.
Okay.
And maybe the tavern, the barkeep can serve people water from the fountain, like it's clean water and stuff. So they'll just take like a cup
He's back.
to it, and like if somebody asks for water, they get
Super
it from?
fresh.
Pure water from the River Skye.
sure. Definitely a fireplace of some sort.
What kind of
Maybe
what kind of people?
Skyrim style. It's right in the middle, or maybe not.
What kind of? Okay, so a fireplace in the middle, water coming down from one wall. What kind of people frequent this place? And does anybody? Is it weird? Is there nobody there? Is there a bunch of people? Are they a bunch of people with cups of tea and drinking with the finger up? Is it a rowdy house? Come on, throw me some
Stay
stuff.
rowdy.
It's rowdy. Okay, it's rowdy.
Drinking
Where is it
mugs of mead.
located? Where are we located on this map here? Are we by Nash Park? Are we down at the marketplace by the docks? Is it tucked back away in Old Town down a side street? Where is this place?
I think next to the Nash Parks would be nice, but
Okay, it's near Nash Park.
I'll leave that to the group.
You can see the Temple of the Elder Ones on the hill by the river. Um,
Where's that?
right in the middle,
Left side of the city
the Temple of the Elder Ones.
Oh, there it is.
is that one.
Nash Park is here. Temple of the
Straight
Elder Ones is
across the
here.
bridge.
Yeah,
There's
I see.
the bridge that leads into the city. Yeah, and are there a lot of cats here?
Of course.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
a healthy
Just
amount of
checking.
cats.
There might be fewer. There might even be too many cats.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's fewer cats because of the running water.
Oh, they love it. They're probably over there playing it with it all the time.
Probably.
You know how cats are. Cats are crazy.
Oh yeah.
I hate something. Let me mess with it. Aaron, you haven't said
Good.
much.
Yeah, sorry, I was eating.
Perfect
Add
time to
something
munch
to
down.
to this inn. Add something to the Lucid Water. Something unique.
Yeah, there's music like a lute playing. Actually, if there was someone playing like a lute, or if there's a lute just sitting off to the side, Fernando's going to pick up the lute
Okay.
and start playing.
Yeah. So you find lodgings there. They're comfortable rooms. There's no locks on the doors, but there are bolts on the insides if you wish to close them up. There's a lot of cats. If the shutters are closed and the doors are closed on your rooms when you get there, so there's no cat in there when you get there. But you have suspicion that cats probably are going to show up at some point, unless you close your door and your shutters at night. There is glass on the windows, but it's real. It's real like filmy. It's medieval glass, and the windows can be opened like this. How about? Or no, they
Is it
open
warm
in,
out?
and then the
Like,
shutters are on the outside, and you can pull the shutters closed. It's
what's
nice.
the
It's
temperature?
it's like a good spring day. You guys left in June. It's right now. It feels like spring. There's a nice breeze coming off the river sky. You can see down there. You can see down. There's some ships at the harbor. There's some barges. There's some smaller ships. No big seagoing craft. Um, yeah. Um, so you've secured lodgings. Um, the people of Ulthar seem to have no problems with dreamers just staying. You're not asked for money and anything like that, and people are very friendly with you.
Cool.
What is the plan? Do you want to wait till the morning to start your search? Do you want to go ahead and get started in the afternoon? What do y'all want to do?
I probably at least want to get something to eat. I don't think we've ate much all day today.
Yeah, you haven't actually. Yeah, there's bread and cheese. There is. What's the food like here? I'm gonna let y'all make this in. So,
I would say the food's good. Like it's
what kind
probably
of
some of
food?
the best stuff we've ever had.
Is it meat of unknown origin, but delicious to taste?
That sounds
Sure.
great. I like the mystery
Yes.
meat
You're not sure what
idea.
it is. They say it's this. You've never heard of that, whatever that is. Um,
Good.
But it might taste like beef. Whatever
it
it
tastes
is,
like
it
beef.
tastes like beef.
You've
So-
never had
I would
gok?
ask.
Gok. I love it. Yeah, it's gok. Gawk
Gawk.
meat.
Okay.
That's
I
gawk
would
meat.
ask what
Find
kind
us
of
gawk
animal
meat.
a gawk is.
Oh, you know.
Is it a bird?
Well,
Does it
it
have
does have
hoof
feathers. It does have hooves.
feathers? Oh.
And we have fish.
Is it sentient?
Is it what?
I hope sentient?
You'll have to ask the burgomaster
Smart.
that.
You don't know?
I don't know
Are
what
they-
that means.
Are they domesticated or wild?
Yes.
Do they speak?
The
Are they
wild
smart?
ones taste more gamey. You might notice some of them taste gamey. Or you might not. It depends upon your palate. Everybody can do me just a general spot hidden to see if, well, you might not get one that's gamey, so it's hard to tell whether or not you've got a domesticated or a wild gawk.
Oh, 4 wasted on this roll.
Oh, 4.
That's an
Oh
extreme.
my. Wait.
Make me a luck check, William Hazard.
I need to get more water.
Okay.
I
If you
got.
make this check, it tastes not gamey. So either you've got a domesticated one or you can't tell the difference.
I made
It's
a normal
critical
luck.
something.
It's not gamey.
Nice.
Tastes good. Now, William Hazard doesn't know, unless he starts tasting everybody else's, whether or not there's a difference. What'd you say, Isabella? Sorry.
It's
Uh-oh.
I
Ghosts.
just heard a weird sound. Really fucking weird. Sorry.
You're fine.
It's a critical something. It's either a 100. It's a 1 and a 00.
Oh, that's a
100?
1.
Yeah, that's
No,
a
that's
one.
a
It's a
1.
1.
That's a crit
Okay.
That's very
success
good.
on your your spot hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it off.
So
Make me a luck
Yeah.
check, and we'll see
Okay.
if
Too bad that wasn't for the luck.
yeah, that's too bad.
Roll it again.
Oh no, she dropped it on the floor. It's got to stay on the table to count. Those are my.
I know. 84.
Okay,
Always feel like floor
yours
rolls are
tastes
worse.
a little gamey. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's got a little bit of a wild taste to it. Isabella might like that. I don't know, but you do taste that this gawk is a little gamey. If you try some other gawk, some of it actually has less of that kind of a flavor.
Okay.
So you can your palate is good enough that you can determine domestic versus wild gawk.
I didn't even care about that. I just want to know if it's sentient or not.
You can't tell that from a spot hidden.
Well, I tried to
And that
ask.
guy was not helpful.
He doesn't know what sentient means.
Oh
He's
well.
The
I guess
people
I
of
eat it
Ulthar
anyway.
are simple. He's just an innkeeper. Hey, what's his name? Cog. Gawk spelled backwards.
I think
That
Bobbert's a little too silly.
Bobbert? No, we'll go with Bobbert.
Nice.
Bobbert is the innkeeper here. And does he have a wife? I'll let y'all decide. Or does he do
A
all
big
the
old
work?
fat wife.
He's got a big old fat wife.
Who's great at making that gawk.
Yeah, she cooks. She's doing all the cooking. He's doing all the slinging and cleaning.
Can she be named like Grinda?
Yes, I love that. That's awesome.
I don't know. It just came to mind.
No, that's perfect for the Dreamlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bobbert and Grinda run the lucid water. The cats love to play with the water. Every once in a while, one falls in and is very irate. And people will grab the cat out. And there's towels nearby so they can dry the cats off when they fall in the water. And they look pathetic because cats turn into these skinny little
look so
skeleton
thin.
things when they're wet.
Absolute chaos in there.
It doesn't happen very often. It is pretty chaotic. It's rowdy. And there's people who come in and they're just there to have a good time, and other people are staying here. Some travelers, you're seeing different people that look different. Again, all the people you're seeing seem a little smaller than you, and it's not necessarily even just a physical thing. It's just a feeling as well, because dreamers seem to feel bigger than the normal people of the Dreamlands. But yes, you have a nice lunch or late lunch in the mid-afternoon. Yes, Isabella?
I was just gonna ask if that feeling could be sort of equated to maybe confidence or something like psychological, or does it
Maybe.
feel more physical or like
It feels
just
both,
sort of?
actually.
Okay.
And though none of you have actually done anything with your dreaming powers, you know you have it, and maybe that is some kind of maybe that's part of it too. That you can
I
do
was going to say
something.
And
even
we know that
taller than
Say again,
even
Aaron.
taller than even taller than Fernando, because Fernando's below average height. So
Yeah, and even though Fernando is shorter than some of these people, he feels like he's taller than them. Does that make sense?
gotcha.
It's a
Yeah,
weird. It
no,
is kind of a confidence thing. Like
yeah,
just you
it
feel
probably makes him feel a little more
it.
confident.
It's hard to describe. It's hard to really pin down why you feel this way. You know what I mean?
so the
I
people
gotcha.
here can't do the dreaming stuff, dreaming magic. We can, right?
You do not know.
We don't know that. Okay.
You don't know that for sure.
Yep, not ask them.
No, that was not a question
Okay.
that went to Mister Rascals. He did not tell you any way to contact him before you left the house. Um, yeah. So, yeah. So after you've eaten, you've had a nice meal. You're on your fourth day in the Dreamlands. What do you do?
Walk around, or
Yeah.
well, we could talk to
Yeah,
people in here, I guess.
Was that breakfast?
Either way, that was a late lunch.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah,
If I
so
remember
I
correctly.
probably want to ask the innkeeper where the library is at today. Has anyone told him where the library is at today?
Oh no, no. I don't. Everyone must find the library for themselves, you know.
Oh, okay.
And I can't
I
read.
feel that's unfortunate.
Eh,
Actually, can my guy read?
yes.
I believe we
Fernando can
should
read.
travel
You guys-
together.
Everybody who's an American has had an education. I'm assuming Fernando, coming from a relatively wealthy family, has gotten his education. So he can read and write English and Spanish. And if you read it, if you have another language, you can read and write it. You don't have to have a separate read write in Down Darker Trails.
Yeah, I
Ad
didn't see
break.
the read right
Ad,
on this character sheet. I didn't know, like, I know in Dark Ages there is, so.
yeah. In Dark Ages, you have to have read write because most people can't. In this,
Right.
most people can.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we try a few more people in here and just generally ask around, hey, do you know where the library is? Sort of thing.
Well,
I would say maybe,
Maybe we'll find it as we step out the door if we're looking
city.
for it.
Say that again, Loren Hutton.
I would say we ask as we move around the city.
Judging from what innkeeper said, we're gonna have to find it ourselves, but it won't hurt to ask. As we walk.
Okay. So what are you guys doing? Are you staying together? Are you splitting up? What's the call?
I say we stay together for the time
Okay,
being.
okay.
Yeah.
And you're leaving the inn to ask people in the town and try to talk to them and look for the library. All right. The people in the town don't know where it is. Most don't
Can I
care.
actually say, as we leave the bar, can I use my dreaming to hope to find the library as soon as we step out?
No, because that doesn't really
Okay.
create anything.
Okay.
Or, yeah, that kind of thing. So what I need to know is who has the highest power in the group. I know it's not Isabella.
Yeah, 35.
Bless her
Okay.
heart.
I got it.
70?
Nope, that's higher than mine.
70. Is that the highest power? So
What?
the person with the highest power has to make a luck roll to find the library. That's how it works.
Lucky roll.
You can try once a day.
I got an 03. How many
That's-
coins do I
It
have?
sounds like a success. You don't need you just need a luck roll. You don't need anything
Oh.
special.
Oh, I won't be able to use 2 coins to make that
No.
an 01. Damn, it's
I'm
gotta
not
be
gonna
natural.
I'm not going to
Gotcha.
allow that. That'd be too easy.
It would be.
Yeah, you find it pretty quickly, Hazard, with an 03.
Across the street.
It is. It's right across the street. It's the other side of the Nash Park. You find it is a circular stone building that looks incredibly ancient. People just walking by are ignoring it. They're not paying any attention to it. And you spot it, and the others in your party are just kind of looking around and heading down the street with you. You know what I mean? They don't even seem to have noticed it.
I believe it's right here, everyone.
Once he points it out to you, oh, there it is. That looks like that could be it. That's weird. Um, you pass through a short, vaulted entrance hall to walk down a flight of 9 broad steps to the floor of a central rotunda. Um, there, it's an open dome above you, at least 200 feet across. It did not look this big from the outside. It is studded with dozens of carved wooden tables and chairs, many occupied by intent readers. The room is illuminated by sunlight pouring in through wide windows overhead, and you see many oil paintings hung 8 feet above the floor, completely encircling the room. Like spokes of a wheel, a full 52 hallways, lined with bookshelves, radiate outward from the central room. This didn't look this big from the outside. Um, you see that the halls are lit by guttering lamps and that they slope downward very steeply. In the center of the rotunda sits a man in white robes, his desk stacked with cards, reports, and loose files. Um, let's see. Yeah. So, rotunda in the middle, or desk in the middle of the rotunda, 52 hallways lined with books leading out, paintings on the walls, a few other people looking at books. They look, all of them look vastly different from each other, like different colored skin, different colored clothing, that kind of thing.
Looking like they're not from around here.
Yeah, kind of. They don't look like your typical people from Ulthar, the way they dress.
Do they have an air of confidence about them or bigness?
One or two. Most of them
Hmm.
appear to be, yes, lesser in your kind of like mental feeling. So, you found it.
I look at the paintings.
Oh, the
I'm an
paintings.
artiste,
All right,
so
let's
I
see.
examine them all and
The paintings. So we'll start with Isabella, who stops to look at these large paintings that are all around this giant rotunda. They're on various subject matters. Some are portraits of unknown men and women. Others are bizarre panoramas of endless cemeteries. Huge
ooh,
twisted trunks hung with countless skulls, human and otherwise. Thunderous dinosaurs stalking ancient cities. One portrays an older man, obviously a scientist or physician, painted in the grisly act of dissecting himself. In the right hand, he holds a scalpel, while with his left places a glass slide underneath the lens of an antique microscope. The wooden table beside him is covered with pieces of his own organs, and the entire scene is splashed with blood. A metal bucket on the floor beneath the painting catches an occasional drop of blood that congeals from the portrait and drops into it. Uh, hold on, I probably have some other
Gross.
painting. Here we go. Um, oh wait, these might be the same. An aquarium-like view, which seems to be a window to some underwater scene, and where fish actually are floating by, are like swimming by. A near perfect mockery of Da Vinci's Last Supper, with the subjects replaced by dogs.
wait. What? The aquarium swimming by, as in it's a still painting, like a normal painting. It's not moving.
It's when you look away that you're like, wait, that fish wasn't over there. It was over there, wasn't it? Wait,
So I would assume, I guess Isabella would assume maybe sort of optical illusion
could be.
trickery there.
I guess. One painting
That's her
draw the
first assumption.
One painting is a nighttime scene of a man and a child with their backs to the viewer, silhouetted as they look up at a full moon which fills the sky. So these are the
Okay.
strange. So you're taking a little while to look at the paintings to start with, while the others are doing what? Loren Hutton, what are you doing? You're muted, by the way.
He's gonna start looking at the bookshelves and reading titles and.
Um, there's dark, narrow halls down these ways where the books are. The downward slope. These halls go as far as you can see.
Okay.
I mean, how far do you want to go in, or do you want to start right at the beginning and start looking at books?
Right at the beginning.
Yeah. Uh, the just full of all kinds of books. Um, yeah, just lots of books. You're gonna start looking at the books. We'll come back to you. William Hazard, what do you want to do? Oh,
When we looked around and we saw two lessers, two people that didn't seem lesser.
there's a couple people who seem like my beer overflowed here. Um, so hold that thought. I need to
Sure.
go get a napkin or something. I'll be right back.
Freak break. Oh man, Isabella looks like they've got a really nice chair to sit in.
Did I hear my name? What?
You guys can't.
Oh,
Sorry
that's
about
complimenting your chair.
My blue chair is super
Yeah, it
squeaky
looks-
and old.
Is it
It
comfortable?
looks comfy though.
It's
Comfort is what matters.
I don't know. It's all right. It's like 40 years old.
Oh, perfect.
Gotcha.
I actually kind of hate it,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
but
Sorry
it's
about
what
that.
it's.
Gotcha.
No worries.
Uh, yeah, there's a couple people that might be dreamers. James.
I walk over to one to start a conversation.
Je ne parle pas English.
It seems we might have trouble communicating. But wait, you speak French. That sounds French to me.
Oui, France. Français.
Do you come here off? Oh, you don't understand me. I start doing some very bad charades with him for a
God.
while.
Are you going to try to talk louder? Because that'll help.
I'll be talking loudly while
Loud and
doing the
slowly.
charades.
Okay.
But yes, nothing happens productive for a while.
Okay, so
from me.
you're kind of out of it as you're trying to make somebody understand you who doesn't speak your language. Okay. Fernando.
Fernando's just kind of sitting or standing in the entranceway with his mouth sort of maybe slightly agape, and he's just like in awe. He'd probably never seen a library this size before in his whole life.
You probably haven't.
So
Okay,
you just-
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of books here, Loren Hutton. What are you looking for? Anything in particular, or
Maybe books about the Dreamlands themselves, like.
you don't find anything like that?
All right.
At least nothing that
Um,
seems to be like a lexicography or a gazetteer or anything like that.
Maybe he can look for if there's anything in regards to the Sasquatch.
This is make a library use.
Yay!
That is not a success.
Okay, now this is going to take you a while for this roll. Yeah. So this failed roll is going to take you 3 days
Oh shit.
to search till you're content that you can't find anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this place is so huge, and you've noticed there's no Dewey Decimal System. I don't even know if it's invented in 1879. When did Dewey Decimal? Somebody look up Dewey Decimal System
look it
for
up.
me. But these books don't appear to be on the shelves in a way that makes any damn sense. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're grouped. Most of the time they're not.
1876.
1876, and you have probably heard of it then, since you're from
Yeah.
Chicago. But there's no kind of a system. None of the books are marked in any way to,
They're
except
not
for like,
alphabetical.
no, no. This is a crazy library. It's just like there are some. You do find certain sections that seem to contain some of the same things. But if you're looking specifically for this one thing, so it's going to take you a while to try to research that. And then at the end, unfortunately, since you failed to check,
You find nothing.
yeah, you get 3 days. You're gonna be like, well, shit, I can't find the best roster. Uh, um, Isabella. Okay, so you're starting. We'll count this as your first day if you spend pretty much the rest of the day looking. Isabella,
Yes.
what do you want to do? You've looked at all the paintings. They're strange. They're interesting. This one is apparently bleeding. Um, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely intrigued for a while, taking her time for a little bit, walking around and looking at them
Right. You've
and
done that.
tr
So
trying to kind of memorize, like, you know, never mind. Okay, after I do that, um, I will go up to the man at the desk.
okay. Yeah.
What is he doing is he looking at something? Is he just sitting there,
Yeah. He's working on something.
like writing?
Reading.
Reading. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I go up to him like kind of cautiously, politely, not to disturb him too much,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of clear my throat. Um,
Yes.
he looks up.
He's an older man.
Oh,
Here's a picture of
okay.
him. He's in a white robe.
Ooh.
I got to get back because somebody sent me a message, and I got to figure out where I'm going. I'm going here. There he is. Oh, damn it! I'm in the wrong place here too. Into the Dreamlands. Online
And
handouts.
this is the only
Boom.
desk in, or there's multiple desks.
This is the only central. This is the central desk.
So
There's
he
places to
looks
sit and
official.
well he's wearing robes, white robes. Um, he says yes.
Um,
He puts his book
Hello
down.
there. I'm sorry to disturb you. Are you the librarian here,
I'm Tukor,
or
the librarian.
nice to meet you. I'm Isabella.
Ah,
Um,
he's not looking down. I'm
I
looking down. Sorry, he's just looking at you expectantly.
I didn't even think about what I was gonna ask. Wow. Um,
Okay, yeah.
actually, don't have
He's,
a question. I don't know. I just thought it would be a good idea to talk to him. What are we looking? Shit. Sorry. Uh,
And just then Fernando comes up to the front desk and
okay.
asks him
okay.
and asks if he has any
Yeah.
books on a Wilkes.
What is a Wilkes?
It's a man, and I point over at Loren or whatever. It's his great uncle.
Who's that?
I
Do you have
I try
any
to
more
find
information than a name for this Wilkes?
What did we ever get his first name, or was it just referred to as Wilkes? I can't
You don't
recall right off.
remember.
Yeah, okay.
Lauren would probably
Was
know.
it
You see him over
was
there in one
it
of the.
Yeah.
Jonathan?
You see him. It's in one of the hallways. What did you say, Isabella? Is it
Was it
Donaldson?
Jonathan Wilkes?
Jonathan?
I guess I can say that in character too.
Jonathan Wilkes Booth?
Yeah, she sort of thinks Booth, but then
The man who shot
thinks better
Lincoln?
of it.
Jonathan Wilkes.
I think.
I do not know that name. Is he a dreamer? Is he a great hero? Is he a
Yeah.
historian?
He's a dreamer. He's stuck here. Well, he's dead
He's
apparently in our world.
supposed to be a powerful wizard here.
Oh, the Wizard Wilkes. Why didn't you
Yes,
say so in the first place?
we
Uh,
forgot.
he. Well, Nodar might know a little bit more about him. And he looks around like he's trying to find somebody. Uh, I'm not sure where Nodar is, but he is from Ulthar. They are a simple, lazy lot. I will see if I can find him for you. Uh,
Where are you from?
I was appointed by the city council of Thorbon to tend to the library.
Are you a dreamer?
No, I am not a dreamer, but the library appears in many cities at once. So I enter it in Thorbon.
Oh,
Nodar, when he's not at when he's not at when he's here, when he's not at the Gordian's Knot, is from Ulthar. I don't know why they appointed him, but I shall see if I can find him in the library. He might remember the wizard or know a story about him. Excuse me, please. And he stands up, and he goes out from behind the desk. It's kind of like a round desk, and there's just books piled up on it, and there's books piled on the floor behind it. And he kind of comes out. There's like a place you can open up and close, and he goes and disappears down one of these corridors, one of these book-lined corridors that go out like the spokes of a wheel from this place. Hazard, you've had no luck with the Frenchman, of course, because he's French.
yep.
At least that's probably what
After a
Hazard
bit,
thinks.
we give up. It's just like
He just kind of waves
clearly.
you off, and he kind of points at a book, and he's like, and he just goes back to whatever he's looking at in the book.
There was one other guy that looked like a dreamer.
Yeah, could be. Give me a luck check.
We have another chance. No.
What?
Right, we make a normal luck check.
Normal luck check. Yeah. You walk over to this fellow. He's wearing simple clothing, and he's also like flipping through this book. He's like, man, hmm, hmm, mm, mm, mm,
And what are you reading, friend?
oh, this is some kind of book.
We are in a library.
I can't read it. Look, and he kind of holds it up to you, and it's in this weird scribbly writing that's not Arabic. You don't think it's Arabic. It's just this weird writing. I've been trying to read this for hours. Well, minutes.
It's like the Wingding script or something in like Microsoft.
Or
I don't know.
Elvish. Who knows?
Alien.
Yeah.
So
it's
are
some
you
kind of script you don't
trying-
recognize.
Are you trying to decipher it?
Well, I was trying. I don't know what I was trying to do. I'm looking for magic books. See, I'm having this dream that's great, but I want to find magic books. But I don't want to tell them because I don't know if they'll approve. You see, he's got a British accent.
You don't want to tell who.
Well, he's gone. There's a man behind this desk over here. He's in charge. His name is Tudor or something like that, like the old kings. And librarians, they like to keep their books close. It's probably in the rare book section, and I'm trying to figure out where that is. Do you know?
I do not.
Oh.
But you are a dreamer, right?
This is a dream. Yes.
Ah, yes. Apparently, we can do some sort of dream magic. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
Oh, I bet
Do you know where there's
you.
a book about that?
I do not, but I'd like to find them as well. But Mr. Tudor probably wouldn't mind. Everybody seems to love dreamers around here.
Oh, but we're not here anymore. You see, I came in. Where did you come in to this library? This is the third time I've been here in 3 different towns.
That's fascinating. They did say the
It's
library
ridiculous.
moves around.
I was in a place called Vad. Don't know where it is. They don't have any maps here. You know, they don't make maps. They say something about everything changes too quickly. Why bother? It's ridiculous.
Ah,
And in Cellophase, I was in the library at Cellophase, and then when I first got here, this was months ago. I was in the library here and there, at a little town with lots of cats. Cat. Coltha. That's the name of that
Ulthar.
place. Oh yes,
That's
yes,
why
yes, yes,
I
yes.
came in.
That's the name
So
of the place. Yes.
are you saying if we both leave this doorway, I just point to the front,
Right.
that I'll leave out into Ulthar, and then you'll just vanish out into wherever you're from?
Vad. Yes, I'll go out the door and be Vad. They say
Very
there's
interesting.
seven. They have 7 branches. No, they don't call it that though.
Like 7 sites.
I don't know what they call it. Are you there, Aaron? You talking with this
Iterations.
guy? I thought you were at the front desk.
No, I'm at the front desk or whatever, waiting for this guy to come back.
No, not 7. There's 9 branches. They don't call it that. They just say it's in 9 cities, but it's the same building. So it's not like the East London branch of the Royal Library. Oh, pardon me. Oh, they have some wine here. That's quite. Oh, it's so good. Um, the what was I saying?
You were mentioning about the different cities you can come
Oh,
into this
yes.
place from.
It's like they have different branches, but it's all the same building. I suppose it saves money that way.
I would imagine. But what was your name, friend?
Oh, I haven't given this guy a name.
And I want to do a psychology roll to see his mental state.
Godfrey.
Hold on.
I guess that'd be an
Ah.
older name, huh?
I failed, so it
Maybe
doesn't
not.
matter. That's so
You
high.
failed
too.
it.
Yeah, 84 out of 79.
Is he mad?
He clearly
Oh,
seems a
I'm
little.
Conrad Wheeler. Yes, of the
Where?
Derby Wheelers.
Well,
Never
Conrad,
heard of this guy.
it was nice to meet you. William Hazard from America.
Oh, you're from the colonies. Ah,
I don't believe we call them colonies anymore.
oh yes. That's just a yes.
Well, thank you for the information, Conrad.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Good luck.
I'll let you know if I find any magic books.
Just stay away from those moon beasts.
Moon beasts?
Oh.
In what locale do they reside?
The moon?
We can get to the moon from here?
Well, if you get on a ship, yeah. You can get to the moon. Cats can get there with one jump. That's what they keep telling me. I don't know whether to believe them or not.
Oh, right, Conrad.
It's very strange here.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I'm like backing up to like try to leave the conversation because it looks like he wants to
Yeah,
continue
he
talking.
keeps talking. If you're gonna let him, no, you can back up. He'll go back.
Just start walking backward. And
He'll
you
go
have a
back to his-
pleasant evening.
Oh yes, thanks. This is very nice. Yes, nice to meet you. He puts that book down. He gets up and he wanders down one of the hallways of books. Sean is doing research. Josie, give me a luck check. Isabella, sorry. I try to call you guys by your names to help immerse.
It's all good. They're both my name.
That's true.
65. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here now.
Is that a success
65.
or a failure?
No,
Out
I
of
don't think
what?
so.
If you say
Oh, wait.
65, out of your luck.
65. I have a 65.
65 or 65? All right.
Yay!
Another gentleman comes over to you at the desk. He's also wearing like kind of like monk's robes. I put a picture of him in gaming text down dark
Nice.
trails. He's a little more heavy set. He's got dark hair. His robes are simpler than the other man's robes. And he says, "Good, good, good. Uh, Tukar said you were looking for me. I am Nodar of Ulthar. Can I be of
Oh,
assistance?" He said you had a
yes.
question.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
Isabella.
Oh, ah,
Um,
yes, I'm Nodar.
Hi, Nodar. We are looking for a man by the name of, we're not sure if his first name is Jonathan or not. Um, Something Wilkes, the wizard, a dreamer.
Oh, the Wizard
You know
Wilkes.
of him?
Oh, I've heard of him. I was working at the library, but they said the stories when my predecessor said that that he came in quite a state and went down into the stacks. And he points down just one of them. You don't really you look and then you forget which one exactly. I mean, there's 52 fucking hallways here. And he says
Yeah.
he went deep into the stacks. We don't know how far they go. Uh,
Hmm.
and he was looking to learn Dreamlands magic. There are a few books. Some of them are quite hard to find. Some of them are not even books. They're not even scrolls. Some are written on like they're stone tablets. Others are on like the further you go, the harder they are, the heavier. That kind of thing. Um, I don't. But my
Older.
predecessor didn't tell me whether he found anything he was looking for. But this was long ago. This was over 100 years ago. I would say that he was here. Um, I would
Oh,
guess that would have been in well, that was it was a very long time ago. A very long time.
so
I
he
told him I'd
he
remember.
never returned? He never returned from the stacks
My
or
predecessor never
the library?
said whether he returned or not. Um, uh, you know, supposed. Atoll might know more, but he's very busy. Um, but you're welcome to look in the library. I don't think we have anything written about. You said the Wizard Wilkes. I heard he's very notorious, quite ooh, frightening. From my understanding, very powerful sorcerer. Uh, I don't believe we have any writings about the Wizard Wilkes. There might be. He starts like looking around at some of these aisles. There might be something, but I'm not sure where it is exactly. Um, but you're welcome to look. You're welcome to look. You might be able to find some personal writings about him,
Um,
his history here, perhaps in the Dreamlands. All these books
yeah,
relate to the Dreamlands, you know. I see you're a dreamer, so you come from somewhere else. Uh,
yes.
so yeah.
Uh, so before I do love libraries. I would love to peruse it, but do people ever get lost here? It's very extensive, obviously.
Well, the 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 bookshelves are every 100 feet or so. They're broken. There's a circular corridor that runs around with more books in there. But if you can find a straight line and follow it uphill, you'll eventually get back. We, I,
Okay.
I've never heard of anyone not coming back. Although I suppose it'd be hard to hear of someone not coming back if they didn't come back. No one's come looking for anyone who's gone missing in the stacks. But the further
Until
back you
now.
go, the stranger it gets. So I would be wary about going too very deep. And you might run into certain people that aren't people.
How so?
Mm, well, there there are certain people who slip in, but they're not men. He gestures at both of you, like mankind.
Humans?
Well, yes. Uh,
Oh.
Are
so,
their
Uh,
arms and legs extra long?
I've never seen one, so I don't know.
oh.
I suppose they could be.
Uh, you don't know what they are? They're people, but not humans?
Well, they usually conceal their identities as best they can. But if you've been down there for several hours, sometimes that concealment just kind of goes away. Perhaps. I'm not sure. Just if you see anyone, just leave them be. If you go very deep, you might want to take a torch or a lantern, um,
Mm-hmm.
just in case. Um,
This is all very mystifying.
well, we'll do our best to. But,
Mm.
oof, excuse me. Oh dear. I wonder if
Oh,
it's my
the wine.
lunchtime yet.
Wasn't me.
Oh, I prefer
Ugh.
ale.
Ah, very nice.
The Gordian's
Uh,
Knot. Oh, what a place. If only I was there now, maybe I should take my lunch. He's like looking around. He looked at the desk first, and now he's kind of looking around. Yes. Might be a good time, might be a good time. Fernando, you're standing there as well, so I don't know if you want to interject anything or if you have any questions or anything.
Yeah, no, not at this time. Like,
Okay, okay. No, that's fair. I just wanted to make sure that you had a chance
yeah.
to do
Well,
so.
I'm kind of taking it all in. Like, if she goes to leave or whatever, or suggests something, I'm probably going to have my own ideas, but I'm not going to interrupt those two while they're talking though
Actually,
right
he
now.
does like wine. So he does mention wine, not beer.
okay.
Is there anything else
Uh,
that I could help you with? My accent's been all over the place with these British people today.
Um, do you
uh,
know? Um, is there any way you could give us a description of this Wizard Wilkes?
My
Does
predecessor didn't
anyone know what he looks like?
didn't tell me. It might be in one of the books. Um, yeah, as far as I
how
know.
are we?
Shall I make a listen check for me, please, Loren?
Actually, yeah, that's probably something I am going to start doing. Start looking around for Loren.
He's in
Uh,
one of the corridor ways, not far down. He's pulling books out. He's kind of flipping through them, looking at them. Obviously, he's looking for something specific. You made it.
Was that two? Was it two? That's a two. It was a two, so that is a hard
You
success.
rolled a two. You hear somebody
No,
mentioning
I rolled a 22.
22. That's a hard success?
Hard success.
You hear somebody talking about Wilkes, and you look across, and you see Fernando and Isabella are speaking to a little dark haired, he's got kind of greasy hair, little man in monk's robes, apparently. Brown, just plain brown robes.
Sorry, I got distracted.
You walk over to them and say that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
Um,
Yes. We're looking for someone by the name of the Wizard Wilkes.
That's what they
Um,
said.
Um, where
do you know what he looks like, Loren?
Actually, yes, I do.
Yes, he does.
he's been haunted by this man a while.
I don't have it written down apparently, but
You've got a picture, right? Don't you have a picture of him? We could probably scroll up here.
Yeah.
It's a ways, though.
There was a tintype.
Yeah,
Well, you've seen him in
I
your
think I know which one you're
dreams.
talking
Yeah, and I've
about.
seen him in my dreams.
That's not him. Maybe I did.
Ah, there he
Oh,
is.
there he
Okay.
is. September
Yep, that
14th,
crazy hair.
2022. Gray hair, going every direction. Light,
Yep.
like bright blue eyes. Harsh expression on his face.
I
pug
I
nose.
describe what he looks like.
Okay, mutton chops.
At least that's what he he looks like how where I'm from. Um,
What's that?
Smurf blood.
blue cream soda.
Blue cream soda. Super sweet. Keep me up all night. Just from the sugar.
He's also um, his name is Lucian Wilkes.
Ah, my apologies. I was thinking of possibly a worse Wilkes. Well, if we don't know.
Yes, Will. You're welcome to use the library. Uh,
I've one more question for you.
mm,
Is there any sort of system? I imagine you probably don't have the Dewey Decimal System here.
not
I guess I would know
familiar.
about that probably, right?
Definitely don't. There's no order.
That's what
Yeah.
Lauren says.
Well,
Too.
is there okay, but I asked the librarian, is there an order though? Or is it just random?
Well, I know where there's a few things.
But there's no established order?
I know where I put things back. If you're looking for something specific.
Okay.
And if you excuse me, then excuse me. And he quickly
Of course.
scurries out the front door and leaves, basically.
Now what?
All right, yeah. Now what? What do you want to do? You
I'm
realize
heading towards the front desk.
library use rolls are going to take a long time, as Sean found out. Um, William Hazard, nobody's sitting at the this round desk with books and scrolls and stuff scattered across it. Um, yeah, you're there. Nothing's happening.
There's no well, would they have the bells?
There's no bell or anything like that. Your friends are actually right
Is
there.
anyone back there?
Your companions, there's no back there. There's a round
Oh.
desk.
It's just
It's round. It's
open
pretty
area.
wide. It's an
Gotcha.
open area. There's a bunch of books and stuff piled up all around here, and then you've got at 100 feet away, because this place is 200 feet across, all of these entrances that lead to corridors, 52 of them, lined with bookshelves.
Well, everyone, I found out apparently this library can be found, this specific library can be found in multiple cities. I ran into a gentleman from a different city that when he went in, he's right over there. Can we see him from here?
Yeah, he's looking through other books.
He does not seem all there at the moment. He's talked about cats jumping to the moon with one jump. But, I mean, heck, maybe that is a thing. We'll have to ask Mr. Rascal later.
It is the Dreamlands. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, that is curious. There may be some books apparently here about the Wizard Wilkes, but we don't seem to know where they might be. Could look on this desk, maybe.
These aisles look like they go down forever. Can't
Yes,
really.
apparently.
We
were
don't know
warned.
if we could use the dreaming to try to pull the book to us.
We were warned about going too deep into the books. Apparently, they can go quite on, and the books seem to get heavier, and it may get darker as you go. And supposedly, this Wizard Wilkes got lost in the aisles. No one's seen him come back.
Possibly lost. We don't know if he was lost or not. There's a we don't really know much of anything.
Well, yes, and if there's no one at the front desk, they wouldn't be able to tell if he came back. But,
Hmm.
well, I believe I'm going to look around for an interesting
Maybe.
book for a little bit for today.
Okay.
Because it is getting rather late, but tomorrow we might widen our search if y'all are interested.
Sure.
I can
Um,
try. I don't know how much help I will be. I do not know exactly what we're looking for.
Fernando, can you read?
Yeah, I can read.
Ah, perfect.
Can
Yeah, let's go
Hispanics
try
read?
it.
I just have not been in a biblioteca as such a grand as this.
The biblioteca.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
I'd be surprised if anybody's seen a library this large.
Agreed.
Can I use dreaming to try to find a book?
How?
Summon
You
it.
can use
I'm
dreaming to
thinking, like,
create things.
yeah.
You
And
don't
create a
know
book.
any way to find a book with dreaming.
Yeah, I was thinking like just like magic, like thinking of it and like it coming off shelves.
What about dream
Um,
lore? I forget
Dream lore actually
how it.
is like about the Dreamlands. It's like a history check.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just things you might have read in certain tomes that talk about the Dreamlands. If it's like using a Cthulhu Mythos roll. So
Okay.
if you were like, did I ever read about Zoogs? Boom, then you make a roll and you check. Or or Ulthar, or any location that you come across, you can make a Dreamlands roll. The British fellow made mention of some other city. Um, you could make a Dreamlands roll or Dream lore roll to determine whether or not you've actually heard about it or read about it somewhere. Well, read about it in this case. Um, and once you've been in the Dreamlands for a while, then that'll also include like, oh, I did hear somebody mention this one time, blah blah blah.
Oh, and there are two other dreamers. Maybe they've heard of this Wizard Wilkes. I did not broach that conversation quite yet. The other man was a little bombastic, and that gentleman there only speaks French.
Well, that
He,
man was a little bombastic.
and he's not very good at charades, I don't believe either. So,
Ah, if only I spoke
Avenue.
French.
Um,
The French, they're so rude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fernando probably wouldn't like the French. They tried to conquer Mexico
Yeah.
not terribly long ago
Okay.
under Napoleon. I
Okay.
think. When was the French invasion of Mexico? Go ahead. What do y'all want to
Oh,
do?
I didn't even know I didn't even know there was a French invasion of Mexico.
Yeah.
But if it happened during their liberation, it probably didn't happen too long ago.
1861 to 1867 was the Second Franco-Mexican War.
so it's just done like 10 years ago.
Yeah. So yes,
Okay.
I could see Fernando not caring for French people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when there's a Frenchman, he probably scoffs at that. It's like, oh, or yeah. Yeah.
Napoleon the Third.
I have an idea.
Hmm.
Uh, Perhaps I could roll like a library use or something like that to kind of look at this desk and the stuff that's on it.
Nope. If you do a
Um,
library use, it's going to be looking through the stacks and trying to find stuff.
okay.
Um,
Spot hidden or whatever would fit there just to see what's here,
Oh,
what they're
checking out the
reading and
desk
stuff.
specifically.
it's a mix. It's a mishmash of different books and scrolls as you start picking up books and looking through them. Nothing seems really pertinent to the Wizard Wilkes.
Okay.
And it's just a mishmash.
Nothing about the magic or dream magic stuff.
Philosophy, grammary, theology, zoology. It's a total mix of different types of books.
Okay. All right. Well, shall we look through the stacks then a bit, or can we check books out?
I believe that'd be the best idea, and if there's no one here to stop us, I don't know where these workers are.
Wait, Loren, didn't you say something about your uncle, yeah, Lucius, like waving some sort of newspaper in your face or something from your dreams?
Yes.
Maybe
I thought it was a newspaper. He was trying to get me to see something.
maybe they would have this newspaper in here. Is that possible? Do you know what it would be from? Who would have printed the newspaper?
If it was a paper, it was from Salt Harbor.
Saltmarsh.
Salt Marsh, sorry. The D&D game I'm playing in, we're in Salt Harbor in the Duchy of Ernst.
Ah, good.
No worries, Sean.
Yeah.
It's easy to get stuff mixed up.
So, I mean, so yeah, so it would look like the newspaper from Saltmarsh, say like the Saltmarsh Gazette or whatever at the top
Did
of it.
look like the print type of the Gazette?
The only print you could read was across the top said Saltmarsh Sentinel.
'Cause that's
I
what it
think
was
you
when he was-
know from the people you talked to in town that was the name of the newspaper when
Lucian-
Lucian Wilkes was in charge of it.
Yes. It looked like the paper when he ran it.
What? When did he run the newspaper?
You're not exactly sure. Um, you never got like a timeline or anything specific. You know that he was there for years, so it could have been 1840s, 1830s, maybe even as far back as the 1820s. He was pretty old. Um, and you probably find out that he was found dead in 1864.
Okay.
So
So
if
13 years
we
ago.
if we can find a newspaper with the with the top line of Saltmarsh Sentinel, maybe that will help lead us in a new direction, or give us a clue on where to look.
But how?
Oh, I guess we start looking amongst the books.
Should we stay
I agree.
together? Do you think? I don't want to get lost.
As I do not either. I honestly don't know what it would look like. We can stick with Loren as he looks, or if you are familiar with how libraries work, like I said, I have not been in a library.
Well,
I
either
don't think-
way,
Like that.
we'll be able to find some good reading material to help get us more acquainted with our surroundings, I believe.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it will take shorter if we all split up too.
It's a good idea. Just don't take too many turns in the stacks. Don't want you to get lost. I'm
Uh,
gonna stay in a
and-
straight line.
Yeah. Supposedly, there is a ring that connects everything together, but as long as you head uphill, people have always found their way back to the center, I believe is what the first librarian told us.
as far as
We all heard
know.
that, right? We all heard
Yeah.
that?
You
Like,
and Fernando
Wait,
did, for sure.
this library
Oh, okay.
slopes.
Yeah, you look
That
down
is what-
and you realize that it looks like those tunnels of books or the corridors or whatever they are do seem to be sloping downward.
Well, that'll make it a lot easier to find our way back for sure.
Right. True.
So if you find something,
Libraries.
yeah, if you find something, maybe shout and run up. We all can run uphill if we hear it.
Now here's the thing. Lauren's already looking for Sasquatches, right? You're gonna keep that up.
Oh,
Um, Isabella. So I need like a topic or something a little more specific to look for. You know what I mean? Not. It doesn't have to be the Wizard Wilkes, but it could be wizards or
Well,
basic history or whatever. It needs to be somewhat narrowed down. You do notice as you
and
start, are y'all just scattering and going down different aisles? Corridors, really, they're not aisles because
Yeah.
yeah,
is everybody kind of heading their own direction or what is
that makes
going
me
on?
nervous, but if that's
Yeah.
what everyone wants to do, yeah.
maybe we all pick one right next to one another.
Yeah, you could all
It
pick.
would make it, yeah.
Hmm.
As
That's a
long as
safe
we
pick.
pick
Are
one,
they?
we all pick one
I,
next to one
I
another.
would assume Loren goes back to the one he started at.
Yeah,
Um,
we can. I say we can do that.
um,
And none of them are labeled, I assume.
there are little signs that you notice
Oh,
now, but then you realize the books near
okay.
the signs, some of them are about what the sign says, and others have nothing to do with what the sign says. So, yeah,
These
it's
librarians, oh
that
my
kind
God.
of library, folks. Um,
Hell yeah.
It would be a library if I were
Hmm.
in a library.
yeah.
No.
And these
Yeah.
these little tunnels do slope downward. Does anybody have curiosity as a trait?
I I do.
Do you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
Fernando, where do these go? Where do these go?
Oh, like I said, like they go downhill. Like
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
how
Like I
far?
said,
How far do
I was
they
oh,
gonna say
forever.
go? Yeah,
I have adventurous.
You should go down them, Fernando. The
Oh
further you
yeah.
go, the
But
more interesting it'll
willing
be.
to go
I
down
bet.
one.
Okay, um, y'all pick a different one.
He's
Lauren,
cautious though in his curiosity.
yeah,
That's
that's
what.
fine.
So
But I
yeah.
mean, if you're curious, do you want to head on down, see how far it goes, or anything like that, or or check on the truth of these cross corridors, or just think about that. Think about that. I know Lauren had said he was staying close to the front when he was looking at
Okay.
books.
I'm going to be looking for like a newspaper with
Hmm.
the Salt Marsh Sentinel at the top.
You
Like
don't see anything
maybe.
that even resembles a newspaper on any of these shelves. Even the
Okay.
scrolls don't appear like newspapers to you.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
And there's no like section where there's newspapers lined up or anything like
Well,
that.
right. I guess I am just going to start going like through the shelves, like
Okay.
looking for something that looks like a newspaper.
What I'm saying is, are you gonna like kind of try to go deep to see what's down there, or not?
Well,
It's entirely up to
I
you.
guess. Yeah. All right.
I'm picking on you because you have curiosity, and so
Yeah.
uh, be like, I wonder how far these go. You know that kind of thing.
I
I
have
got you.
careless, so I'm gonna do that.
Carol, you're just Williams just heading in. What can I find?
Oh
Yeah,
wait, how many hours has it been since we've left the cat?
not long, maybe a couple. You guys walked back to town. You found lodgings. You ate something,
Oh,
and then
I'm
you
just
found the
just
library almost
trying to.
immediately. Remember?
Yeah.
It's still light
So
out.
just two.
Yeah, a couple hours probably. And you've talked to a
I'm
few
just
people, and that's about all you've done so far.
checking magic points.
Oh
Coming
yeah, you
back.
don't have to worry too much about that at this point. Um,
I was gonna try to make a lantern.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the
I
the
did
Or
mention them going down
these
like
are
in
these
darker. I think.
they are lit. They're lit. Every once in a while, there's like a, but you could make a
okay,
lantern for more light if you want. If you want to
I'll
try.
do that if it starts getting darker
Okay,
down the corridor.
so you're just heading down. Like there's got to be cool stuff down here.
It's probably
Uh,
better deeper in.
this is where the guns are. I know they're hiding them from me. Fernando, you're kind of cautiously doing the same thing, kind of heading a little deeper, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like
Okay.
maybe at least head down, like maybe almost immediately to that first ring, and
Yeah.
then start
Okay.
searching.
Isabella, what about you?
Um, well, I'm reading the signs to see if anything jumps out, like magic, wizard, like any relevant terms, and then I would
Are
go
you
that
That's
are
right.
you
direction, maybe.
are you staying in towards the front? Are you heading deeper in? What do you feel like doing?
Say it sounds like
Well,
she's heading out. She's near the center circle or whatever, essentially.
here, yeah, I'm
Okay.
reading the signs on on like the different aisles or whatever,
Hmm.
and so I can pick one.
Right, but there's
Does
signs.
is there anything
When you
relevant?
get deeper in, there's different signs.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Okay.
I mean, there's
not as
52
Okay.
helpful.
corridors.
Well,
There's a lot of books here.
yeah, I just pick a random one,
Okay.
I guess,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
head down till I see the signs and then try to narrow it down that
But what
way.
I'm saying is,
I
are you going deep? Or are you staying close to the center?
as deep as I need to go within reason. I don't know.
I don't either. That's why
Somewhere
I'm
in the
asking you.
middle.
Okay. Um.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at books and titles and stuff as I'm going,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
depends on what I see.
Okay. You do find that every 100 feet, there is another. There's a cross corridor that's curved. You'd guess that this connects all the way around to all of the other corridors. Um, as you
As we
see
come to
that
those, well, yeah, go ahead.
you see that the further you go in, the older the books are. They look
Okay.
older, they smell older, they just seem older. Um, the convenient oil lamps are only kept lit the first 100 yards. Um,
Some of them flicker the deeper you go, and more
yeah, and after
like
that they're just
go out
off.
as you go.
There aren't any after about 100 yards. It's
Okay.
dark past there.
I don't
Um,
The-
go that deep
okay,
to where it gets dark,
gotcha.
but I'll stay in the light and just look at whatever is there, just
Okay,
scanning the shelves, looking for the right words to jump out at me, and then I'll pick up some interesting looking book, I guess.
okay. William Hazard. After 100
Uh,
yards, after three of those cross intersections, they've stopped lighting the lanterns, apparently. Or the lanterns have burned out and never got refilled when you check one.
that's where I'll try to make a little oil lamp.
Okay, give me a dreaming check.
Dream check. Let's go. Nope, it's not close enough to
Oh,
use coins.
okay, yeah, that's a
Uh,
shame.
how much do I lose?
For a lamp, probably like 2 magic points.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're thinking of a really nice brass lantern, right? That like is enclosed, maybe has some shutters on it. I'm assuming you're thinking something
Stay
pretty
functional.
nice. Yeah.
Hazard, stay
Very
If
functional.
you
nice.
just do like a little fucking like a bowl with oil and a floating
Oh
candle
God.
on top, that's probably a point. Um,
You know what? Yeah. I'll try a couple more times.
yeah, you
Like,
can.
come on, we got
But you're
this.
thinking of something you can hold up that's going to give you a good deal of light and it's got a
One
good.
more fail.
Okay.
Uh, and then that one fails.
Oh,
So we are dry at the moment.
okay.
Uh, can I try to push it? And I'm trying to push it as in I'm just trying to create a source of light even. So leaving it so if I fail, I'll burn myself probably.
How do you push that?
I'm thinking really hard about it. If
No,
that
no,
works.
I'm going to say
Okay.
no on that one. I need a
That's fine.
legitimate something. I'm not even sure what, but you've got to give me something
If
that I could be like, ooh, that's a cool way to try to push it.
in that case, can I take the lantern or the little lit thing off?
They do not appear removable. You could try to pull it down.
Smash it,
Uh,
start a fire.
I'll
Start
fiddle
kidding.
with it for a little bit.
That's genius. They don't look
Genius.
like they're meant to be moved. They're apparently filled from like probably from a pot, uh, and lit from there.
Then I'm just gonna look around for a minute, and then nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm gonna go into the darkness for a little ways,
Nice.
like
I'll give you a coin for
just
that.
just a little bit. Then I'm gonna blindly reach out, grab something, and then take it back to the light.
Yeah. Um. There's some kind of you've grabbed some kind of a. It's heavy and it feels like it's made out of clay. Maybe. Yeah, it's like just this heavy rock or piece of big flat clay. It's pitch black here,
Good.
so you can't even see it where you're standing. You have to walk back to the
Oh yeah,
lantern a little ways.
yeah. Then I double back.
Yeah, you walk back to this lantern. Um, it appears to be a clay tablet, dried. That has writing on it in what you're not sure. Do you speak any Latin?
I have 1 point in Latin.
Yeah, make a roll. Maybe maybe the lady will smile upon you.
Come on. Let's just get another 03 and then I can use those coins.
Yeah.
92. Can I go past 100 back to
No,
01?
it doesn't work that way. So yeah, you can't read it. It's Latin. It's like what?
I'm just like,
and it's like 2 foot by 3 foot, and it's tiny script that's been apparently like written into like wet clay and then allowed to dry.
good. Because I don't know exactly where I got it from, I'm going to lean it against the shelf.
Just like put it on the floor.
I'm just going to put it on the ground.
If you don't see anybody around, you're fine. It's fine.
And then I'll probably be going back and forth a teeny bit, looking for more paper-ish, at least, things.
Are you staying in the light, or are you heading into the darkness again looking for more paper?
I'll be going back dark.
Okay, so you're starting to look. What are you
just a little bit
in specific in this?
Specifically, I'm looking for magic wizard, but it's blind guessing, so
okay.
What we get's what we get. And I'm looking for something I can read in general.
All right, so it's going to take you an 8 hours to get a library use.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And I'll try to make more lanterns every 2 hours.
All right, so give me some checks on that. You're going to be gone for a little
Sure.
while.
I got it. The next try.
Okay, so 2 hours later, as you're still like grabbing random stuff and looking at random books, you'll get a library use check in 6 more hours. Fernando, and then 2 hours later, we'll jump to 2 hours later here in a moment. Isabella, your research is going to take you 2 8-hour sessions because of how poorly together this is before you get your roll. I shouldn't have given Sean the roll until after the time passed. You get it at the end of that time. You could stay today and then come and spend all day tomorrow. Library use generally takes 4 hours just to get a check. Considering how badly this library is put together and the fact that there's no real anything, takes
did I even roll?
even longer.
I don't think I even rolled library use.
No, I want you to wait till at the end instead of having you do it at the beginning. Like Sean knows he's going to fail, but he's already committed to 3 days worth of looking in the library, and that's kind of crap. It's better if you have to look for a certain amount of time and then you get your roll.
Gotcha.
So Isabella is 2 days, Hazard is 1 day, and then Hutton is 3 days. And I'm going to put an X by that because Sean already made it. Actually, you know what, Sean? I'm going to give you another roll at the end of that time because I feel like I've cheated you a little bit. So we're going to do the rolls once the time has passed. Right. Once you've spent hours and hours looking, then we'll see if you're successful. Fernando, are you also looking for are you looking for information, or are you just going to try to head into the darkness, or try to make your own little lamp, or what do you want to do?
I want to make like a candle, like a little candle on a holder sort of deal.
Yeah, that'd probably be 1 magic point. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Maybe a dreaming roll. That's you walk down till it gets dark, and then you're like, whatever.
That's a 71. That's a fail. I'm going to try again.
Yeah, you can keep trying as long as you have magic points.
74. I got 13 magic points total.
All right, keep making rolls.
We get magic points back.
Lucky.
You get a magic point back every hour.
Third try is an 11. That's a success.
Ooh, put a check next to dreaming. You can improve dreaming. So, yeah. It appears in your hands a simple candlestick holder with a taper that's lit on top of it. Ooh. Are you gonna continue downward?
Yes, I'm heading deeper into the darkness.
So you can actually see, and like Hazard, who's just walking and feel it in the. Oh, wait, what's this? Maybe this is something. No, let's just put it here. Okay, what's this? What is it? No, let's fit over here. I'm sure that's what he did for an hour. Um,
Oh yeah.
you're seeing parchment scrolls. There's still a few books in these sections. Wooden, stone, clay, or metal plaques carved with cuneiform or painted carefully with hieroglyphics. Um, a few hundred yards more, you're not even recognizing what these things on the shelves are. Um, there's a crystal sitting there on one of the shelves. Um, on another, there is just one book on this one lone shelf. It's chained, like it's got a chain on it that hooks it to the shelf. Um,
Okay, I was gonna pick up that crystal.
okay,
Like as soon as I see
you
that, yeah,
pick up the
he's picking
crystal,
that up. He's like,
and
what
it's
is that?
really weird because the information just kind of floods into your mind.
Ooh,
Uh,
Okay,
yeah. Whoa.
yeah,
Um,
I'm checking this out for a
Exciting.
bit. I, I'm gonna check this out for a bit.
okay.
So see what it's
Um,
kind of telling.
large bottles of sinister-looking liquids. Uh, there's still books scattered on these scrolls, stone tablets, different languages are on some of them. Some of them are in English. Some of them are in a language that you're like, but you can read it. It's kind of like how you can talk to the people in the Dreamlands. They're speaking in this sing-song language that you understand. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So it's kind of
Yeah,
like that. Um, yeah. What are you looking for?
I
Like
don't know.
what?
I'm just checking this place out.
You're
Like this is
just you're not even doing a library use roll. You're just like, oh, this is the
yeah,
history of
exactly.
wheels. What? Or
And that's just
yeah,
coming to me at this point in time. Like,
that's in the crystal for some reason. A history of wheels in the Dreamlands. And it's just information. It's just like you suddenly are starting to know these things. Like it's like someone's talking to you, but they're not. It's just like you
um,
kind of have the information coming in when you hold this crystal.
okay. Um, yeah. Can I go back out of like this and get back to the other library?
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course you can. You could just if you just follow the uphill slope. That'll take you back to the middle. You still have the crystal in your hand and the candle.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like or yeah, I want to get back to someone, like someone from the party now, and like you got to check this out. Like,
Okay. It'll take you a little while to walk back. I mean, you're a couple hundred yards away. But it won't be hazard.
Now it's me.
He's deep. Isabella is near the center, and so is Loren Hutton. And they're both looking at books right now. They're both checking books out. They're reading them, pulling out books. You can very easily find both of them.
okay, yeah, I'm like the first person I come to. I'm just tapping him on the shoulder and like you got to check this out. Just hold this. I'm just
Just hold this. He's got a
yeah.
big
I'm hoping it's
crystal.
me because I find it fascinating, and I think Isabella would too.
Okay, it could be Isabella. Yeah, Lauren's near enough to hear this. I don't think Isabella strayed too far from where Lauren was looking. Yeah, he's got this big crystal. It's like a big piece of quartz or something.
What is it? Clear? Or is
Mm,
it a color?
yeah,
Clear?
it's
Okay.
pretty. It's just clear. It's a clear piece of quartz. It's curved on the bottom, so it just fits comfortably in the palm of your hand, Fernando.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna like first person I see tap him on the shoulder, and I'm just handing him this crystal.
Yeah, he's handing you this crystal. It's like this big. I'm gonna say it's actually shorter, so it fits comfortably in the hand without feeling like it's gonna tip over. Do you take it? Do you like what? Yeah, all of a sudden you
Hmm.
get this information just starts coming into your mind about
Is it the
wheels.
history of wheels?
It's something about wheels. Er, Early on, that carts didn't use axles of this kind and this other thing, and it goes into basically how it was just a you know there's just an axle that didn't move and the wheels moved independently and they were small and you get like ideas in your head of what they looked like and what they were drawn by and earlier than that and then there was also these it's just information is kind of coming to you
Okay.
out of nowhere.
So she'll find I'll say, whoa, that was weird. So the content of that is pretty boring to me, but I find it fascinating the method of delivery. Hey, Loren, check this out. And I
Check
try
this
and
out.
find him, and then I hand it to him. What
Wow,
She
a
Lauren,
better
she
old-timey
finds
version of
him
saying that.
pulling books out and like looking at them, but also talking to himself. You don't have to stutter, and I'm
you
like
try if you.
trying to burn.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You could burn all your magic points trying to do
Yep.
this.
Nope.
I thought you succeeded before.
No, he never
Nope.
succeeded. It.
I think
I
Oh,
think
every time he's trying to talk, he should like
Nope.
try to make a roll.
you
But
guys both have pretty low power. Did you make it?
On the last magic point.
All right. So you're at zero
Nice.
magic points right now, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
woo.
Okay. That's fine. That doesn't hurt you at all. Um.
I rolled a 4.
So you don't
Nice.
hear him saying that
Good job.
because at some point it took Fernando probably half an
Yeah.
hour to get down there back to look at these things. He didn't just like walk through them like, oh, I noticed this, noticed this, noticed this. He probably once he hit the darkness was like, oh, 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 that kind of shit. Before he found this
Yeah.
big crystal and was like, what the hell is this?
I mean,
Um,
probably at some point they're going to hear going, ah!
okay, we're gonna say as you're approaching him, that's what you hear. Lauren lets out kind of a yelp. Is the best way to put it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I jump a little bit at that
And
and
you
look at
come
him.
around a corner,
What?
and he's looking around, just like Sean is right now. He looks very happy because you were saying that you don't have to stutter. You don't have to stutter. I don't have to do this anymore. There's probably that kind of a thing, and suddenly you're
Yeah.
not stuttering anymore. Um, you're not sure how you did it exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like Fernando, kind of how you made that candle. Like I could,
yeah,
you know. Um, Stopping your stutter was a little bit different, Lauren, as you're not sure exactly how you did it.
Okay.
And you're hoping it's going to last.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Oh, anyway, so yeah, they come around the corner right after you yelp. Go ahead.
Yes.
Uh, what happened?
You've got.
Are you okay?
I don't stutter.
Hmm.
I've
You're
been looking at books and trying to, I guess, will myself not to stutter anymore.
wow. Hmm. Was it magic or
Well, just
mental?
doing what the cat told me.
Ah, wow.
I
Well,
did create this
that's amazing.
candle out of. I did create this candle out of thin
You
air,
created a candle.
and I hold up.
Yeah, it's a nice little candle, nice
Whoa.
little brass candlestick holder with a white candle in it. Right? Does that
That's
sound right,
amazing.
Fernando?
Yeah, like it's just a simple handle. Yeah, candle with a white candle. Maybe something like nuns used to carry around.
Sure.
I have like an image of one like that was in my house growing up.
Yeah, it's probably like that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Just
I
like
have an
brass,
image.
maybe a little
Sure.
bit of
Yeah, his candle's still lit. There's a little tiny rill of wax coming down one side, very, very, very small.
That's when I found the crystal. I went deeper where there was no light.
Yeah, and Isabella's holding a crystal in her hand, like big piece of quartz.
okay.
Yeah, I
Like
hold it out to Loren.
information just comes to you.
Here, take it.
She's
What
doing this.
information? I mean,
I
You
got
take it?
information about a wheel. Maybe if you think of something different, maybe something different will come to you.
the thing in his mind
Ooh.
right now is Sasquatches.
The
Sasquatch.
history of the wheel is a long and entertaining one. And blah, 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 blah. And you're starting to just get information about ancient carts and how the axles originally didn't roll with the wheels. They were attached to the bottom of the cart, and the wheels rolled independently. They were pulled by certain things, yaks and mules, sometimes vigs or trolls. sometimes people, that kind of thing. So you're just getting information as if this is a book, but it's not even, you don't even hear words. You're just kind of getting this information straight into your head.
I thought they didn't have technology that didn't exist like 400 years ago.
The
Well, this is-
wheel?
Magic.
Crystals that
Uh,
tell stories.
Sorry, say that again, Sean. Isabella, get
Crystals
your
that
coin.
tell stories.
Oh,
I
Tukor
have-
is back at the main desk, by the way. He
I
has
have
come back sometime during
never-
this time.
Never heard of anything like this.
Oh, the crystal. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the wheel. I was thinking
I grew up in Chicago. I've seen
wheels.
wheels.
My apologies. Misunderstanding.
They told Hazard that like technology that we know doesn't exist.
Do we know this technology though? It's unknown to me.
Well, I mean,
It looks like just a big rock, Sean. Like a big piece of quartz.
Yeah. It seems more like magic to me,
but
but
where would it?
let's ask Nandor
I guess
Nandor about it.
I'm looking around on the shelves around me. Is there crystals anywhere?
No.
Or is it just books?
It's books, a few scrolls, mostly books though,
Okay.
and they're mostly like decent books, like nice binding, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Some have like the actual names right there on the spines. All hardback. Everything's hardback, obviously. And you've looked through them. Some have thicker paper than others, but it's all just it's books as far as you can see. You didn't. This crystal is what?
Yeah.
Here, I'll take it to the librarian and ask him about it if
Right.
unless you want to hold it longer.
It's about wheels.
Yes. It's a bit boring, but the technology is interesting. Mr. Hazard!
I am far.
You call out. There's
Mr. Hazard!
everybody who's reading
Can you
looks
hear
up
me?
looks up at you. All the people that are sitting
Who, what?
reading, or all the people in this area that are reading, look over at you as you yell out in a library. Tukor kind of looks your direction and then goes back to what he's doing.
Oh no. Okay, I do cover my mouth. Isabella
Mhm.
covers her mouth. And then she shuts up. And I'll take the crystal and take it back to the main desk.
Mhm.
And if there's someone there, I'll
Yeah, Tukor's there.
talk to them about it. Okay. Mr. Tudor, I'm sorry, I forget your name.
Tukor, I'm Tukor.
Tu-
Do you
Tukor,
need further
Mr.
assistance?
Tukor.
I was not able to find Nodar. I apologize. I
Oh,
didn't see you over
That's
there.
fine. I'm sorry for shouting earlier. I just we discovered this fascinating crystal, and I don't know. I just wanted to ask you about it, I guess.
Oh yes, that's an ancient Nori uh, learning crystal.
Are there more?
Oh, deeper in the down the corridors. Yes, there probably are more. I believe.
Are the-
Where were you? Where did you find this one?
Well, I didn't find it. My
Yes.
companion
Which
did.
tunnel? Which corridor?
I
Do you
might
remember?
do it if I can.
Give me an
Can I
intelligence check.
remember?
See if you remember. He came up to you. You're not sure exactly which one he went down. Fernando, you'd be able to find the right corridor again if you decide if you want to get back down that way.
Okay.
I mean, you just
Actually,
were like,
as-
oh yeah, I came out this one. But right now he's asking her, did you follow her or what?
no, actually, what I was thinking about doing was as soon as she was heading up to the desk,
Mhm.
Fernando was just going to tell everyone else that was right there, like
Just
Loren or whatever, whoever's there.
Yeah, it's just
He's like excitedly just going to go, I'm going to go look for more and just head right back down another hallway.
different one this time
Um,
or same one?
Yeah, whichever one's like right next to me. So if Lauren was heading down this one hallway, yeah, that's probably what we'd be doing.
Oh, the one that
Yeah,
Lauren
just
was
to see
was looking on. Then that's a different one
yeah,
from where you are. Yeah, you can head down that hallway.
yeah,
Um,
but he's just heading deeper. So
did you make
I'm gonna
a
look.
did you make an intelligence check, Isabella?
Fail.
You are like, oh, you don't you're not sure which one he came out of because he came out of one,
Yeah.
found you at a different one, and then he was showing you this thing.
I point to a few of them and I say, I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Are there,
What is it
are there ones
about?
that wheels, unfortunately.
Yes, yes. He points you to a corridor. That would be down that way.
Okay. Are there any that teach about magic?
I don't believe so. The Nori use this to put information about land dwelling topics, usually pretty benign and dull topics. They're not used to they're not on land, so they find these things fascinating. But we have several scattered about. There are a few that might have something more interesting, but they'll be deep in the stacks.
Okay. Noted. Thank you very much. And I head back down the way
You still
he
have
pointed
it.
me towards.
No, who's got the crystal?
I do.
Okay, yeah, you still have the crystal. Okay, yeah, he pointed you at the one where he said it came from.
Okay. I I guess I had that direction and I won't be able to see in the dark to I don't know
You
where
you don't
to
know that
put
it's
it.
dark down there yet, so keep that in mind too.
And I'd have no idea where to put it anyway, so maybe I'll just find a spot on that shelf somewhere and just stick it there.
Okay, I mean you're going
I don't know.
deep. How far do you want to go?
It doesn't really matter to me
But you have
if
to
I find an
decide
open spot.
because yeah, just you just dropping it in the first open spot you find. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. And then I'll find everybody else if I can.
You find Loren. You don't see any sign of Fernando again.
Okay.
Lauren's
Hmm.
still looking, and you can go back to your
Uh,
library to looking for this if you wish.
are you talking to Lauren or me?
Sorry, I'm talking to Isabella.
Oh, to looking for
Whatever you were looking for before.
right. Um, how about ghouls? I don't roll right now, do I?
No, you need to pick a topic and stick to it for two
Okay.
days to try to
Oh,
find it. Or you could just look through books and not go for anything specific, but you probably won't find anything of interest in that case.
right. I guess it was just a general magic or wizard topics,
Okay, you had
so I'll
wizards.
stick with that.
Hutton had Sasquatch. Hazard was looking for what?
Magic stuff.
Okay. And we'll jump back to Hazard, who created a lantern, didn't you?
Yeah.
You did create a lantern, that's what I thought. So
Can
you're
I
heading
pee
into the
real quick?
deeps, huh?
Can
I'm
I
sorry?
pee real quick
Yeah. Go
while
ahead,
this
because
is
we're
happening?
jumping all around. Everybody's kind of
Okay, be
split
right
up.
back.
Um, so
Okay.
Hazard, yes, you're starting to notice these things, the same things that Fernando noticed. Um, Wooden, stone, clay, metal plaques for like 100 yards, carvings in cuneiform, and the painted hieroglyphics. Some look Egyptian, some look like nothing you've ever seen before. After that, there's really strange things. Sometimes they're like crystals. There's a big bottle of something. There's books and scrolls and stone tablets scattered throughout these as well. Um, there are certain books that seem to be chained down. There are certain um, uh, yeah, there's strange objects you're finding as you go deeper and deeper.
Uh,
Um,
Maybe just grab Uh, if it's
If you wanted
tablets, I'd probably.
to, if you want to describe me something really weird,
Oh yeah, no.
you
If I find a
can.
box, I would
Oh,
totally grab any
yeah.
kind of
There
box
is
to
a
look at it.
box. It is like an iron
Cute.
box. It's an iron banded box. It fits on a shelf. It's all by itself. Um, and it's got like iron bands that run around it to hold it secure. And it's got a lock on the front with a key in it.
Yeah. No, we would open that.
Okay.
We
The shelf is high enough you can open it while it's still on the shelf, or you can take it out and open it.
perfect.
Whichever.
Oh
So
no,
yeah,
we'll open it
it's
while it's on the show.
locked. It's locked, but the key's right there sticking in it. You can turn it, click. You hear it click very loudly. Um, Open it up. The inside is full of lizards. Okay, and as you watch, they move around and they move, and then like their backs change color and form words.
Is it English?
It is in English. Well, no, but you can understand it somehow. It's like Dreamlands
Okay.
language, and it
Oh.
appears to be. Um, um, well, you got to look for. Wait, you had one day, didn't you? I got these written down wrong. Magic.
You
Sausage
did say something about
Lodge.
8 hours as
Yeah,
well.
it's going to be 8 hours. So, um, give me. Um, Go ahead and give me a library use. Let's see if this is. If you're
If this is the thing,
successful, yeah, this could be the thing, but it's
I
still going to
hope
take you
so,
a
because that'd
while.
be fun with the lizards. Dang. No.
It appears to be about. So you didn't make it, so you're not gonna make it today. Do you want to get sucked into what this is all about? It's not magic. Um,
I would be pretty curious, unless this is like super boring.
uh, Give me a luck check. Let's see if it's super boring. Water is a wonderful thing.
Okay, I made the luck
You
check,
made the luck check.
just a regular.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is about Atlantis. Someplace called Atlantis, which you recognize the name. Um,
It's like, oh, that's that old
it's like
children's
the
tale.
deep history of Atlantis, and it takes you a little while because you can read it. It's like there's like 100 lizards in this box, right? They're very small.
Yeah.
Letters and like words are forming upon their backs. You get to the end to where you want to like turn the page, and there's a little lizard head just kind of looking up at you. Um, what do you do? How do you turn the
If
page?
nothing's happening
Yeah,
and it's
it's
just looking at me, I
yeah.
just slowly put my finger towards it to
Hmm.
like kind of like
To like
boop
what?
its
I can't
face.
see what you're doing.
Oh, sorry, to like boop its face because
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
lizard and lizards are adorable.
You boop its face, and also all the lizards all scatter around, and then they reform, and then different words form on it, like you've turned a page.
This is absolutely amazing.
All right, and you're reading about this ancient history of Atlantis that it's written like a history book. And so the next 5 hours you're just reading about Atlantis, and if
Yeah,
you
no, that's.
and the one lizard up at the top is also looking at you. If you boop him, it's like it goes back to the
I feel
page
like
before.
he'll put it back.
Hmm.
That would be just from intuition.
All right, so there's your day gone, which is
Yep.
fine. You didn't find what you were looking for, but you found something interesting. Fernando, you went down a different. You went down Loren's aisle this time. So again,
Yeah.
you're starting to see crazy, weird things that do not look scattered amidst the books and stuff. Um, you're finding different things, crystals, bottles, uh, um, a bunch of glasses that seem to be stacked up for some reason. You have no idea what that's about. Certain, like it looks like a circular book that's held together with gold thread, or not thread, like gold wire. Um, there's a bunch of just handkerchiefs, like hanging almost like a tapestry in one of the shelves. There's a doll, like a big fat. It almost looks like a pot, but it's painted to look like a doll sitting in another shelf. There's just all kinds of stuff. Um, And amidst these are books and scrolls and tablets, sometimes stone, sometimes wood, sometimes other things. Um, and then you see a person is down there, or you see a light ahead. I'm going to say actually.
Okay. I'm going to start cautiously heading towards the person a little bit.
Okay, yeah, yeah. You can make out a figure down there, hooded. Um, it appears to be looking at a mirror, um, and like kind of like doing like this. If you think about somebody on a phone who's like changing
Or
pages,
or like someone's turning a page or
yeah,
whatever,
it looks
essentially.
like he's
But yeah.
holding a mirror in his hand. He or she, it's hard, it's impossible to tell. Silver mirror. There is there's a weird looking lamp that they have put on the shelf. It's like an Aladdin's lamp. So it's got a little light on one end, a handle on the other. And it's
Say an
obviously got a way to put oil in it. Yeah, that's what you can see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slowly keep heading towards them, but like
Okay.
I said, just slowly. And I'm gonna watch them while they do it. I'll probably watch for a little while.
Are you trying to move silently or anything like that?
I'm not trying to move silently, but like I mean,
Okay.
I kind of just want to watch them for a while, but as I'm watching them, I'm just slowly moving forward.
Make me a listen check. As you approach, they don't seem to notice you. They're just kind of working on
Oh,
this.
three for listen.
Um, you
So yeah,
you
that's
you hear them hiss like a sss,
oh
which is
god.
weird. You don't recognize that noise. It's not like a yeah, that's what it is, like a
No, but
hiss.
my
Not at
immediate
you,
thought.
at like, and they've stopped like moving their hands around the mirror, and they're now looking at it.
No, but I'm getting like just a flash of like that strange lady at the village in the coast and how they're snake people or something. That's my
Oh,
first thought.
okay, yeah. You can't see this person's face, or even tell if it's male or female.
Right. No, I'm just kidding. Like I probably just stop and I'm still just watching them for a moment.
Yeah, they're just
Or
gazing into this mirror. It appears
okay.
by the
Um
lamplight. You want
yeah,
a
I'm
little
still gonna
time to.
watch them for a little.
Okay, Isabella, you were just
Sure.
researching, right? All right, so
Yeah.
you've got 2 days of research to do before you get a roll. So we're gonna it's gonna have to, we're gonna have to move forward time a little bit eventually. We're gonna see what's gonna happen to Fernando. We're at 20 till, so we need to start wrapping up and finish up this day. Hazard's day is blown as far as research goes, and that's fine. He's enjoying the history of Atlantis. Um, so we're gonna. So sorry, everybody split up, and this is what happens when people split up, which is fine. But it jumps around a lot, so sometimes you just kind of have to hang out, and I apologize for that. So we're going to deal with Fernando and see how he handles this person. And then we'll probably wrap up the day, and that'll be one day gone. Fernando,
Yeah. I'm
uh,
eventually gonna get up to them and ask them, what are you reading?
let me give them one more spot hidden
Sure, reading.
to see if they hear you approach. They are deep in it. Uh, when you when you walk up and say that, they
Kind of want to do a coin for ballsiness.
the, um, yeah, I'll give you a coin for that. I like that. Uh, they this person spins your direction, and you see that indeed they have what appears to be the head of a serpent. Wow. Make me a
Okay,
sanity check,
I'm just turning
please.
tail and running as soon as they
make
turn towards me.
make
I'm
a
turning tail
sanity
and
check
run.
first, please.
All right. I'm sure that's yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
58
Is that a
is a success.
success? You do not lose any
Yeah.
sanity. You just turn and run away.
Yeah.
Um, Um, you don't have anything in your hands. Do you do anything besides run away? Or are you just like bolting away with no thoughts or cares in the world.
No, I probably have that candle or whatever,
Well, you
but
have
yeah,
the
no,
candle.
I'm just bolting.
Okay, make me
Like
a
I
luck
do
check.
not want to deal with these snake people at
Make
all.
me a luck check.
A 42 is a success.
The candle starts flickering as you run from the wind, and you realize you
Okay.
need to protect the flame. It didn't go out, it just started to flicker.
Wow.
You failed a luck check, you would have lost all your light. So
Yeah.
immediately, like poof, it's just gone.
Yeah, but I
Do you,
didn't even think about that.
do you want to? Exactly. That's why I gave you a luck check. Do you want to run all the way back to the entrance?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I want to get as far away from this, even if I like have to trip over Hutton or whatever. So
You didn't go down the same aisle as Hutton was in. Oh yeah.
no,
Did
I
you?
thought I did.
Yeah,
So
you did. You
yeah.
did. And Isabella is just looking around one of the random.
Yeah, it was like after we met back
Yeah.
up.
Sorry. I'm forgetting who's who a little bit. Um, basically, Hutton still has 2 more days, and Isabella has another day. We can dispense with a lot of the flavor text for the library. You guys have seen a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of weird things. Hazard eventually comes back. Probably when his lantern starts to flicker, he's like, "Oh, how long have I been here?" And Hazard shows up hours later, um, with what kind of expression on his face?
Who else is famished?
It's pretty late. It's dark. You see that there's torches. Lanterns are lit in the rotunda. It's dark outside. And as you look up, you don't recognize any of the star fields. All the stars are different. The moon looks huge as it's coming up through these glass windows. Um, Tukar is gone, and it looks like Nodar is by the desk. There's no other people here. It's hard to read by like candlelight, lantern light. Well, candlelight especially, but these lanterns aren't real bright. And when and Nodar looks bored out of his mind, like he's staying here late because you guys are here. Um,
Uh,
and then Hazard comes out. Fernando came running back to you guys. I'm gonna assume Fernando, you can't get any library use stuff done today at this
That's
point
fine.
because you're a little
That's
shaken
fine.
up. Do you tell
Yeah.
them? Do you want to do any role play here with Isabella and Loren? They're both in the same general vicinity when you come running back up from the darkness.
Um.
Do you say anything? Are you still running when you get there? Describe me, paint me a picture.
Um. Yeah. No. He probably put his candle out when he got back to the rotunda,
Okay.
but he's probably just sitting there, like maybe looking a little nervous or something. If
Okay.
someone asks him, like he'll respond. But um,
So he didn't run out of
I
that
think I
hallway.
think the only one that, well,
Did he run out of
I
the
can't.
hallway, or did he walk by the end?
Yeah. No, he was probably so like he just ran out of the hallway, went to like a table, and just sat down.
Okay, yeah, you two saw this, so if you want to have any response to it, you can, or not. If you're busy researching, whatever you want to do.
No, yeah. If I see that, I'm definitely gonna look at him and be like, "What, Fernando? Are you okay? What happened?
I ran into someone I did not want to run into.
Someone you knew?"
No.
That's what I would assume. How do you mean?
I met these individuals at, and I can't think of the name of the, along the coast, south of Salt Marsh, and there was these strange people who did not look like snakes when I saw them, but they said they were snakes, like people like snakes. But this person looked like what I imagined they described.
Worse.
And, yeah, oh, yeah, okay, yeah,
But that's what you say. But in your head, you're like,
yeah.
why did it have to be snakes?
I am not sure I take your meaning. but snake people. Okay, that sounds terrifying. I'm sorry that happened to you. Um, pat on the shoulder.
Pat pat.
They're there. You will be okay, I'm sure. Does Hazard say anything? He's there, right?
Hazard's not
Oh,
there. Hazard is not there.
okay.
Oh. Oh, okay.
This all happens while
Or
Hazard's
Loren?
reading. It took Fernando a lot less time to walk down there looking at stuff on the shelves without really stopping, and finally find a figure. Then Hazard's just getting into this whole history and all these lizards and this crazy weird book he has found. So it's just you and Loren
What?
and Fernando.
But if you want to
Okay,
keep
yeah,
searching for a while, I will stay here. And I will
understandable.
be ready to go whenever everyone else is ready to go.
Then it's hours later. It's dark out when Hazard finally shows up with a lantern in his hand that is kind of like It's like it's fizzling. You can tell that it doesn't have much oil in it. It keeps dimming and lighting and that kind of thing. Um, and you find Loren, and that's when Hazard came out and he said, "I'm famished," that kind of thing. So
Anyone else famished?
that's it.
Found the most interesting book. The text was written on the backs of lizards, and they just shifted in color, and it was very confusing but understandable, oddly enough. But,
Fernando found a crystal that tells you about wheels.
Oh, yes. We didn't get to inform you about that, Mr. Hazard.
It tells you
It's
about wheels.
That's
Yes, the
really-
history essentially of the wheel and wheeled vehicles.
Yes, it's very boring, but the crystal itself, the fact that
It's
it can do
very
that was
boring.
amazing.
That's fascinating as well. The lizards were just in a box. I mean, is someone feeding them? I have no idea.
What?
Yeah, we're
Lizards?
locked in a
I-
box.
Uh-oh.
He's so
I'm assuming there's some sort of magic lizards. There's a lot of
Oh
confusing
my.
things happening around here.
Certainly.
Fernando
Agreed.
thinks he saw one of the snake people.
Oh, one of the ones we know?
Did you
They did
recognize
not
him?
look familiar to me.
What was that,
Yeah,
Fernando?
say that again, Aaron. Sorry.
Yeah, they did not look familiar to me, but they looked like a snake.
Ah, they were in their disguise. Okay.
No,
I assume it was a little startling.
I did not stick around to talk to them.
I like that.
Understandable.
He's a bit
I
rattled.
got a very bad feeling around them before. I did not want to intrude upon them.
Gotcha. Maybe they were deep in their book.
Well, they weren't reading a book either. They were looking into a mirror, but they acted as if they were turning pages.
Oh, that sounds so fascinating. But it's
I
late,
really-
and that guy looks like he wants to go home.
Huh?
I really feel like I should have gone
Looks like he
past
is-
the first
oh.
set of shelves. Maybe tomorrow.
Well,
I said I really feel like I should have gone back to the first set of shelves.
oh, the back areas are so fascinating.
Are you finished?
Oh, yes, I believe we
Oh,
are.
good. I should lock up. Yes. He starts going around and putting out the lanterns around the rotunda. As you
Have a
leave.
nice night.
We head towards the door.
Yeah.
Go.
You head out the door. The inn's right across the street. This place was apparently right across the street. You can go back to the Lucid Waters.
Lucid Waters.
Lucid Waters Tavern. It's late. Cats are everywhere, crashed, sleeping in various places on the streets, in trees. A few are walking around. Obviously, it's night. They're cats. There's a few playing. There's more in the Lucid Waters, sleeping in the tavern on the ground floor. The innkeeper looks like he's just put the fire out. Oh, do you need anything?
I
Uh,
think we could use a little bit to eat if
Oh,
possible.
very well, very well. Yes, yes, have a seat. I'll bring out some cold meat and some cheese and bread. And he comes out with a pitcher of ale and mugs and bread and cheese and meat. Fish.
horribly sorry we're so
like
late.
it's like cold fish that's been cooked. You know, it's cooked fish and then it's like room temperature now. So leftovers.
Okay.
Uh, Fires are all out. Fires are all out. That's what he says. And he sits up with you and asks if you found what you were. Did you find the library?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Fascinating
He listens
books
to
in
any
there.
tales you tell him. Oh. Were there any cats in there?
No, but
Oh.
we did find some.
You didn't see any cats in there. Oh,
Guess not.
that's interesting.
But that's
Hmm.
probably why the lizards were locked up, so the cats can't get to them.
Oh. Okay, he doesn't have much comment on that. So that is your fourth day in the Dreamlands.
Oh, and I leave my window open. If it's warm enough outside at
Yeah.
night, I'll leave my window open so that the kitties can get in
Oh, they
and
do.
snuggle
There's a
me.
few cats that come in. You end up with some cats in the bed.
Good.
I snuggle all of them.
Okay, okay, yeah.
And I talk to them too.
They seem to, yeah. They look at you like they know what you're saying, like cats always do. They do not reply or say anything to you, but you end up with several cats. Does anybody else leave their shutters and window open in the night?
No.
Okay.
One thing I wanted
if
to try
if
to
it's
do.
too hot inside.
Did you? If it's too hot? No. It's a cool night, but it's not a cold night. There's plenty of covers on the beds that you're staying in. So Loren Hutton closes his window at least. William Hazard, did you leave the window open?
I'll leave it open. This place
Okay, yeah.
seems
You
safe.
end up with cats in bed by morning. Fernando.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to try to do, can I try to change my mug of ale into like a bottle of tequila?
You can try, yeah.
Some minor
Right.
transmutation.
hmm It only costs you a point of magic.
Lovely.
I mean, 50 feet is a fail. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try again. 79 is a fail. Like, I think,
Fernando's like glaring at his ale.
yeah, I want something strong.
Be tequila.
Oh, there we go. There's an 11. I got it on the fourth try.
It
So,
doesn't. So you're just changing the liquid. You're not changing the container.
like I said, I wanted to change it into a bottle
Okay,
of
yeah.
tequila. So if you handed
So
me
he
a mug
does.
of
Yeah,
ale,
he's got a bottle. It's a kind of a rough looking bottle. It's not like a 19th century bottle. It's more like a 14th or 13th century bottle.
Like ceramic bottle.
It is, yeah. It is full of a very harsh, hard liquor, like really primitive. Something you probably would have to go to Russia to get.
do I get
Or-
like a shot glass or something with it?
Shot glasses
No.
are not 14th, 13th century. You just
Okay,
have
all right.
a weird ceramic bottle full of very harsh, hard liquor.
Yeah, he's just gonna take us like a mouthful of it and try to throw back a shot in his mouth.
Wow, that is rough because they did not have very good or any really hard liquor in the medieval times that would
moonshine.
be palatable to people today. I'm not actually sure what you would get.
I don't know. Like,
Con check.
could it be like mead or something?
Yeah, you
Like
could do mead.
could probably get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mead
let's
is-
say it was
no,
mead. It's mead instead of like
Okay.
hard. I don't believe they had hard liquor till
I don't know how.
16th
could
century
probably-
with rum. They
Mead
had
could
rum.
probably-
Maybe whiskey? I don't remember when whiskey was invented.
no, Whiskey
Pretty
involves
old
like
though.
Sean should be able to
distilling.
tell us. Sean knows
Yeah,
a lot about
I'm
whiskey.
no, I'm. Let me.
Oh,
The
I'm
whiskey
trying to think
man.
now. I mean, whiskey was invented in Ireland. Was it
And
1409?
you got to
1400 is a little late for where you guys are at. Rum, I know the British used a lot in the 17th and 16th centuries.
say,
Yeah.
But I don't know when hard liquor was actually first conceived.
I
Oh, it's
mean,
been
that
and
around
involves
tequila,
for
like
second millennium
distillation.
BC.
Right.
So I would say, like,
Distillation
try to find up.
distillation has existed since the Babylonians of Mesopotamia.
whoa, really?
Yes,
What did they make, Sean?
mostly perfumes and aromatics, but the idea of distilling existed.
The first distilled alcohol was around the
Huh.
13th century AD, and I believe it was in China.
Okay.
12th century, Jin or
Yeah.
Southern Song dynasties.
1405, Ireland made whiskey.
1405. The fact first starting to distill
What would it
alcohol.
be in China? What would the
Whoa.
hard liquor be back then?
12th
I
It would
century,
wonder.
probably
it'd probably be ethanol. 12th century Italian medical school was the first documented use of distilled alcohol. And that's in the
okay.
West. I don't know about like the Far East. Um,
I don't know whether it should be alcohol, like ethanol. I think ethanol will kill you.
yes, ethanol is basically rubbing
Ethanol-
alcohol, and that's probably what this
Like
was.
Everclear, but maybe even
But
No,
worse.
no, no,
No,
no. Like there's
ethanol's
different
made
types.
from
Rubbing alcohol.
yes, ethanol's made from like
Yeah.
wood, like I believe wood, whereas other liquors are made from like wheat or potatoes or I don't even know what tequila's
Right.
made from.
Most likely what
Tequila's made from
Agave, right?
yep, agave.
Agave,
most
right?
likely what Aaron just created was what's commonly called the low wines, which is like the first distillation. It's fairly harsh depending on how well you cut it, and very weak compared to the final product.
Okay, so it's not good, Aaron.
Yeah.
And you
That's
were
fine.
aiming for tequila, and you don't know why you didn't get it exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is not tequila, so you made something, but not exactly what you wanted. Possibly because you couldn't. And they did
Yeah.
tell you that you can't make more modern stuff.
Gotcha.
So and
I would just,
Fernando's smart enough. He could put this together. That
yeah.
since he couldn't make something, since tequila didn't exist that long ago, he made the equivalent. If you went,
Right.
if you wanted to go for something that might have existed, um, it depends on if you think that he would know about mead or one of those things.
Maybe a wine or something that maybe the church might have had or something. You'd start thinking about a wine then.
Well,
So you
that'll
want something stronger than beer, but
that'll be another roll
gotcha.
because you did get some kind of very strong alcohol, but it's
Right.
not very good, and it's not tequila.
4 is a fail. I think I got. Let's say I tried 3 times, right?
Yeah,
So there's
we'll say 3. It doesn't matter that much.
Aw, poor guy.
Oh,
Now you need a kitty
19.
to cuddle you so you can feel better.
I haven't gotten him on that yet.
I'm trying to think real quick. I rolled a 19. No, I still can't use coins or whatever. I don't have enough coins anyway.
Everybody might have enough coins depending on how.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
it's
I
the
rolled
Can we
end of the
pool them
scenario.
together?
Yes, you
I
guys
needed
can. You
6.
guys can hand off your coins to other people to use if you want to help your teammates out.
Do we have to be there in character,
No,
or
No.
can that be an
The
out of
coins are
character?
totally
Oh,
meta. They're totally like just a thing to
gotcha.
kind of give you guys a little boost and yeah,
Okay.
you could help each other out.
Well,
I've had people do
in
it. It's
that
great.
case, I'll donate my coins to the cause.
How much are you off by, Fernando?
So I rolled a 19. I needed 13, so
So
I have
6.
2 coins,
yeah.
right?
Fernando, you have 4 coins.
Oh,
But you
okay.
need
So
6
I only need 2
coins.
more.
Isabella said she would give you coins, so she can take 2 of yours. And yeah, and that's
I don't
6.
need them, so you can have
And
them.
we're about to end,
Yeah.
so yeah. So you
Yeah.
do you want it in a glass
Yeah.
instead of a bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you have kind of a well, it's probably a fluted. It's probably like a like a metal chalice kind of thing.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
okay. Like,
Glass is still. You've seen the glass on these buildings. It's not. They probably can't make real nice glasses out of glass, or it might be very expensive. Um, so yeah,
could it be like a golden cup or something like that at a church, like you may have seen like at a Catholic
it
church or something?
looks golden, but it's
Brass.
definitely too hard to be gold. So yeah, it's like a little
Okay.
chalice. It's filled with this wine. You taste it. It's quite good. It's very strong.
Okay. Yep. That's fine then. He'll
Yeah.
drink that before he like heads to bed or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, y'all eat.
But then he'll
Go
yeah
ahead.
he'll leave his door cracked or whatever, but he'll close his windows.
Yeah, you end up with cats. Um, is anybody a rough sleeper? Like tosses and turns, and this is just a personal decision on your part. No,
Not
anybody?
anymore.
Well, yeah.
No,
I'm
Lauren is
thinking like
Unlike
right
me in
now he
real
might.
life, I think he sleeps more still.
just like "Pfft, I'm dead. It's a corpse in the bed till you wake up in the morning. Yeah. What about Fernando? Is he a rough sleeper? Does he toss and turn a lot? This is just for role play.
Um. Yeah. I really don't think so.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
just looking at his
So
con.
you
His
guys
con.
wake
He
up
has a
with
good con.
those who left windows or doors open wake up with some cats in your room. Some of them are on the like if windows are open, they're on the windowsill. Isabella probably heard cats hop up and peek in, and she was like, "Kitty, kitty, kitty," or like, "Come here," or whatever. So they're in the bed with
Yes.
her. Yeah. And when you wake up in the morning, the cats just get up and go about their business like they belong there. Except for Loren, who has his door and his windows closed and wakes up alone. It's so sad. Okay, so
Aw.
um, yeah, it's after 10 o'clock. It's a pretty good place to stop. Um, I don't want to try to get you guys coordinated here with research. You know what? I want to do these research checks though. So we're going to gloss over the next few days of research. Um, Isabel still has it 1 day, and then Hutton has 2 more days of research. Uh, it was Hazard that found it. Now that you've found the library, it's easier to find, but you do have to look for it every day. It's never in the same place. It's somewhere else in the town, but I'm not going to make you roll to find it now that you have found it. So you can it takes a while sometimes to find it because it's never in the same place twice.
Just a quick walk around town.
Yeah, and um, are the other two of you? Is Fernando going to do any research, or is he just going to generally look at the weird stuff in the library?
Well, there might be a day where like he just plays music at the tavern. He
Okay,
likes playing music.
so he's not really going to do any research. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not going to worry about Fernando. And what about Hazard? Are you going to continue researching?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So let's see how we can if we can coordinate this, and you guys can find out something very briefly. Um, so Hazard is a 1 day research. Um, so you and Isabella on day 5 can each make me library use rolls to see if you can figure out to see if you can find anything of value.
Big money.
45.
23. How many coins do we have?
Ooh,
Some. Did Isabella make it, or did she just miss too?
almost
I just need 3 coins.
Hold on.
Andy.
Lauren has 4. Hazard
5.
has 5, and
Ooh, nice.
Isabella has 3 currently.
Nah.
Remember, this is meta.
I didn't know we were going to be doing this
No,
because
this
I
is-
need 5.
You need 5. So
Oh, I can give the rest of mine. I just need 3 of mine. So
3 of
I can give you
yours.
2 more.
3 and 2. Yeah, that'll use yours up, Hazard.
Nice.
Okay.
And then that'll use Isabella's
Thank
up, but
you.
you made it. See that's why they're meta, because it's just like it's not your characters
I'm-
doing
That's cool.
coins. It's just you
I'm really
guys.
glad we did that before we left.
Yeah.
Isabella was looking up
I
and
like
trying
that.
to find out about wizards, and Hazard was trying to find out
Mhm.
about magic. Um. Okay, so here's what you find out, Hazard. There are some magical books in this library. There are also there's also said to be in the temple of the elder ones. There's said to be a deep library if you can get in good with the high priest. His name is Atal, Atal. So there's that. Um, Isabella,
Hmm.
let's see. You do find some stuff about the Wizard Wilkes. Um, there's a story about him emptying a great lake and creating a cursed desert. Um,
Ooh.
and there is some information about him being here, like personal recollections in one of these books. Um, but
So they're written by him?
no, they're written by other people
Oh, they're about him.
who they're about him. Yeah, from hundreds of years ago. Um,
Okay.
the only thing that you can find is that um, yeah, what you learn is that he was leaving for larger cities. But this book does not tell exactly where. Um, where exactly? No, it doesn't say where exactly he was planning on going because he did not relate to this person where he was going. Um,
Does it say why he did that? The desert and lake thing?
it was to punish somebody, apparently. But there's not a lot of detail. It's yeah, you don't you're not exactly sure. Hutton was doing Shoggoths. Um,
Huh? No, Bigfoot, right?
Bigfoot. I mean, sorry. Sasquatch.
His,
Yeah, but
his,
that's not till the next day.
yeah,
Did you guys
his
want to
like
continue researching? Did Isabella and William Hazard want to continue researching the following day after learning what they learned?
Oh. Uh,
Always
yeah, I don't feel like
learning's
we got
fun.
that far,
No,
really.
you haven't learned a lot of information. Um, do you still want to try to learn the same thing? Um,
Mm,
or do you want to branch out into other things? And Fernando, make me a social
How,
skills roll the next day on the day
how
6.
about how about a art craft guitar playing or something?
No, I need a some kind of
Uh,
a social roll. Because
okay.
while you're playing, you're talking to people. You're talking to people coming into the inn. You might get some information from somebody. See what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Mostly
Um,
local information, but
let's see. There's fast talk. What do I
all
got
right.
in
Let's
charm?
see.
Okay, I'm
Isabella,
going to do charm. I'm going
you're
to do
gonna
a
need
charm check.
2 days, and so is Hazard. Damn it! I was hoping to coordinate up for one day each. Yeah, do a charm.
I rolled. I rolled a 100 for my
You rolled a
charm.
100. Okay.
That means
Oh
you're super
no.
charming, or at least you
Oh
think so.
no, that lady you've been flirting with
100%.
has a husband. Oh no.
That's perfect for Fernando.
We might have to
I
Feels
feel
figure
fitting.
like I feel like with
that
that
out.
100, he said, "But that doesn't matter," and she got offended.
She still got offended by him. Okay. Something bad happens to Fernando.
I was gonna say he
Something
Oh
gets
no!
punched, maybe.
bad on day 3 to Fernando. So we'll figure that out next time. Um,
The guy kisses me. Oh no, the
Oh
husband
no!
kisses me.
lots of tongue. Um,
Oh,
Nice.
damn it. See, I was hoping to get to the point. Okay, so you two start your. Okay, on day 6, day 7. So, Hazard and Isabella start or continue your research. It's going to take 2 days before you can find anything out. But Loren, you're going to finish up on day 6. I believe. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So give me a roll on library use because I'm giving you another roll because I want to do these rolls at the end.
Hey.
Hey, Sasquatches. Um, there are thought to be wild men of the woods. in various parts. There are also, fuck, I don't remember what these things are called. Um, there is also a race of Nofkes that are huge men, uh, thought to be in certain wild areas of the Dreamlands. Um, they are connected with Hyperborea. Hyperborea, Hyborea. Uh,
I've heard that word before. I forget what it
can't
means.
remember.
Hyperborea sounds like a phobia.
It's not. Hold on.
Hyboria is a
Or like a
plane of existence, essentially.
okay.
Hold on. Let me see if they've got this. Hyperborea is connected to some place called Hyperborea, um, which is not in the Dreamlands but in the waking world. Although there are some here as well. They were and they are not related to something called the Sasquatch, but are completely different.
Like giants.
Could be. They're big.
And
They're real big.
and
Are you going to continue your research? Are you going to continue your research, Loren?
Now that he's found it, because he's definitely now realizing that that's not why we're here.
No, but are you going to
Beautiful,
continue
beautiful.
researching? I love that. That's a coin. Even though almost all the coins are gone right now.
It's like he saw this massive library and his brain was just like,
Sasquatch!
yeah, that's the whole reason he went west.
And here's a very important thing, too, that you learned, that almost all the information here that you've been able to find is about the Dreamlands.
Okay.
There are references to the waking worlds, but there's nothing specific. It doesn't say, like, Pacific Northwest, blah, blah, blah. It just says, like, from the waking lands, or more common in the waking lands, or whatever. And it's kind of useless as far as, like, researching here for something in the waking world. You realize that. That's actually kind of a very key piece of information. Um, but did you want to...
Well, he's going to keep researching.
Okay. Um, so I want all three of you to make me one more research or one more library use check, that'll accumulate on your 8th day here. At least as far as this research goes, you could still do more later. Nothing. That's okay.
82.
05.
5,
13 out of 52.
13. So those are successes. Make sure if you do succeed, you're giving yourself checks. What were you researching, Loren, then new? Are you looking for Wilkes or...
Yeah, he's going to be looking for mentions of a Wizard Wilkes.
Okay. What about Hazard? Isabella already found out some about the Wilkes. He's going to bigger cities. What was
So that
Hazard
counts.
looking up?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you can do it first, Isabella.
I just real quick. So that library use that I did where I used the coins, that counts as a success.
Yes, it does still count as a success. I allow that.
Okay.
So put a check mark. Sorry, I should have said that before.
Okay. I assume.
So you said the first success, I found out that Adel can get me into the deep library. Right?
Oh, Atal. The high priest might be able to get you into the library at the Temple of the Elder Gods. They have their own library. It's different. It's separate from this. And I believe you found out that there are some essentially mythos tomes tucked away in this library somewhere. I think that was another piece of information that you found. So there might be more information at the Temple of the Elder Gods.
Next day, it would just be like Dreamlands magic stuff.
Dreamlands
like
magic
so
stuff. Okay.
The dreaming.
All right, the dreaming or Dreamlands magic, because those are two separate things.
Ooh.
Because I'll give you this for free: dreaming is not considered like magic. It's just something that the dreamers can do.
Got you. Yeah, I'll do Dreamland magic. That sounds interesting.
There are some stories. This shit is like fireballs and crap. You know what I mean? It's nasty and it's violent. Unlike well, you don't know anything about magic because you haven't like found any books that had spells in them really
Yeah,
that
we're
you've
just
actually been able to read. So it's like um, walls of fire, raining down destruction from the sky, that kind of stuff. Wizards here are like you would think of. Well, fuck. All of our concepts of wizards come from like the Lord of the Rings and uh, Merlin and
Well,
stuff like that.
Merlin.
But
Yeah.
Merlin was never
James.
really written up as like fireball, 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 fireball. You know what I mean? So,
More alchemy and stuff.
well, and prophecy, and he could do
Think. I don't
magic,
know.
but it wasn't like big explosive stuff. I don't think. Even in Mort Arthur, I don't think. I mean, he was a minor. He was an important character, but he wasn't like up front. It was about the knights. Um, so this is unusual for you in that it's like magic that could be used like your weaponry is used. You know what I mean? As opposed to
yeah.
like you've seen stage magicians, they levitate a woman, they put rings around her, stuff like that, or cut a lady in half, or do card tricks. And so this is probably for you unusual. You know what I mean? Like, oh, wow.
It's like what?
Yeah, exactly. And there's defensive magic and that kind of stuff as well. Um, who did I forget you, Sean? Did you make your roll just now?
I did make my roll, yes.
And you were looking up about
The Wizard
okay.
Wilkes.
Um, again, you're getting information about the fact that he had traveled on from here after being here for a short while. Um, one thing that you do learn, there is a sage in Ulthar named Harfar, who might know more. You learn that from one of the books. He might have more information because he is a sage. He's not from here. He's only been here for a year or so. You believe someone? What's his face? If I could find him. Nodar. If you ask him about this guy, and Nodar says he thinks Harfar's been here for about 18 months, and that he is from Zakarian, which is another city in the Dreamlands.
Okay.
Perhaps he could aid you. And I'm assuming everybody's like like info dumping to everybody else. Everything that you
Yes.
learn as you
I was
learn
gonna
it.
ask about that.
Each night you're probably talking at the inn, having a nice meal. Um, you've not been charged for anything. You're staying there. They seem to treat dreamers very very well here. Um, and yeah, and I think that gets us through. You've been here for a little more than a week now, and you've known about the how to manipulate the dreaming for about half that time. Um, yeah, I'm gonna. Here's what we're gonna do. Has everybody sent me a copy of your pre Dreamlands character sheet?
Yes.
I know
Okay.
I did.
Uh, what do you mean?
I need a copy of your character sheet before we make any changes here in the Dreamlands, just in case you don't remember anything. Here, let me
Well,
check.
I did before, but some stats have gone up and stuff since then,
Um,
Well, we
since we've
haven't
been in the Dreamland.
Nothing should have
we
gone up
haven't
yet
leveled.
in the
Yeah,
Dreamlands.
we haven't leveled up yet. You may
Oh,
have some boxes checked.
Right, you might. Yeah,
okay.
hold
Maybe I'm
on.
thinking of
Before going to the Dreamlands. Loren, Hutton, William. Yeah, I've got one.
what
Yes,
have
everybody
it.
has sent me something. Fernando, Loren, William, and Isabella. Uh,
Perfect.
so you guys can level up right now. We can do that very
Okay,
briefly.
Oh, sick.
Uh,
Hey,
cool.
you've been here for a week. Uh, so again, the dreaming works just like the other skills. Roll over it. It goes up 1d10. Any skill that you have checked. Well, if you've actually successfully used the dreaming. Actually, I'm going to consider everybody can go ahead and make a check on the dreaming. You've been here for a week. I'm assuming those people who know about it have tried stuff on their own at some point.
Okay.
We're just going to
Sure.
give you guys a bump for that. So you don't even have to roll against it. You can just bump up dreaming 1d10 points. Or no, actually
Oh,
check against it and see if you fail. If you roll higher than remember, you roll higher than the score, it goes up.
Yeah.
oh,
So if you fail
well
your
then,
check
good.
at this point, that's good. This is the only time high rolls are good.
Okay, right. Gotcha. Okay, and
Oh,
then we
mine
roll a
will
Hell
d10.
yeah.
And
I
then
up
roll a
psych by
d10. Roll a
10.
d10, add it to your dreaming skill. Do this with
Yay.
do this with every other skill that's checked off and then uncheck them.
And we still have to roll over first
Over
for the
for
check.
correct. Anything
Yeah.
that's checked, you want to roll over. If you roll over, it goes up 1d10.
My dreaming went up by
Oh.
10.
Good
Oh.
gosh.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I got
So
8.
now it's a 16.
16 is still better than 6.
Yep.
Yeah,
A
no.
lot better.
Getting double digits is nice.
Yeah, just check each one and then unmark them.
It's really hard for me to get my spot hidden up now.
Man.
Yeah, I'm in the same spot for
Mine's
that.
a 73.
Uh-oh.
I
Josie,
rolled an
Ninety-nine.
05 to try to get that one up.
did you roll a 99?
On spot hidden. Oh my god,
Nice.
and then I rolled a 1.
Ah,
Come on.
that
That's
stinks.
a shame.
Boo.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on my history.
Okay.
Don't
The
forget-
Yeah,
only
library
thing,
use didn't go up. Sad.
Aw.
only thing I succeeded in was the dreaming check. Everything else I rolled under.
Oh.
Like
These
That
things.
my
sucks.
my listen, which is at base of a 20. Yeah, I rolled like under a 20.
These things happen. It's okay.
I know.
It's
I know.
okay.
Everyone wants to complain about it. It's like, I'll tell you how well I did.
You guys have gotten some clues. You've gotten some names of people. Don't be shy if I ask you to describe something to make it up yourselves. Because I want I mean, I create most of the stuff, but I want you guys to have input on certain things. And if I haven't planned something, yeah, and I'm like, I might ask you, what is this guy's name? Try to think of an appropriate Dungeons and Dragons name as long as you're in the Dreamlands. Unless it's somebody you've met who is from the waking world, and then you can give them. If I ask you, hey, what is this guy's? I might do that sometimes and throw it back in your lap. And so have fun with it. Questions, comments, suggestions?
No, I'm enjoying this Dreamlands
Yeah.
thing.
I love
Like,
the different mediums to read from.
Yeah,
yeah.
me too. The library is fascinating.
The library is crazy.
Well,
Just
and
live
I
in the
think
library
you trying
now.
to tell
Good.
us-
Go ahead.
you telling us that we got to come up with some stuff. I think it's fitting for this Dreamlands thing because, like, we're all dreaming. We should
Yeah.
all have an
Are
influence
you?
in how the
Yeah.
story appears to us. You know what?
Yeah. Or are you really somewhere?
Yeah, like
Both.
Both.
yeah, exactly. Both. So, no, I'm enjoying that aspect of it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Same.
Cool. I'm enjoying this too.
And why aren't there cats in the library?
Also, keep in mind we can skip over large chunks of
They
time.
hate them.
If y'all want. If here's some ideas. If you do find spell books and want to try to learn spells, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was just
Oh,
going to
oh,
suggest.
Hey.
William Hazard. One thing you did learn too: a lot of Dreamland spells cannot be used in the waking world. So
Cannot
keep that
be
in
used in the
mind.
waking.
Right. So that's something that you would have learned with that
Oh,
as well.
Andy, real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Using dreaming doesn't cost sanity.
Correct. Right. Yeah.
If I believe I am in a dream, I'm assuming that's not a safe psychological state to make it so if I use Cthulhu spells, I won't lose sanity.
No, you'll lose sanity for Cthulhu spells.
I thought so.
You could also
I was just
use
double checking.
time in the dreaming to try to get
Oh,
sanity
to recover
back.
sanity.
Keep that in
I
mind.
didn't even think
You
about
guys
that.
we don't have to do day by day. I wanted to do a lot of role play and detail in the library at first, but now that you've kind of gotten used to that, we can skim over. You guys could research for a couple weeks. You could find a Mythos tome and be like, I'm reading this damn thing. It takes 8 weeks. 8 weeks. Let's have 8 weeks go by. Um, that kind of thing. I think. Here,
That's gonna
hold
be
on.
nice, though.
So, um, I put down that you can practice your dreaming skill. You can make a check against that once a week in the Dreamlands, up to a point. Sanity, uh, you can do a month of intense study to increase your dream lore, or you can spend that month trying to recover sanity. Basically, do one of those things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Recovering sanity still is going to go by the rules and requires a roll, which if your sanity is already low, it can be tough to get that. Um, I've pulled what information from the basic role playing, the new BRP book on weapons and armor, as well as from the Dark Ages book, because we'll be using those. If you decide you want to have any besides this small knife that you have that you've been using to eat with and whatever, uh, if your
Well,
characters
okay.
want to get armor and weapons, that's an option. So keep that in mind.
So
Um,
I do want to ask you
How?
about that then. So would that take a different fighting, or would that take like a fighting brawl still?
no, a sword requires sword. The only
Yep.
thing
Okay.
fighting brawl is improvised weapons like a
Knife.
chair or a club. You could use a club with fighting brawl, like a
Okay.
wooden
And
club,
your basic knife skill.
basic knife. You can always use fighting brawl for that. Fists. Um, Armor doesn't really
Yeah.
require anything. We have to be realistic. If you don't have much strength, you're not going to be able to wear plate mail. But even though this is a medieval setting, uh, the types of armor available are are more extensive than say our Dark Ages game, which is I think your best hope on that is ring mail. But you guys have been here
Uh,
in Ulthar for a little while. There is plate mail in the Dreamlands,
You
so
can make your own with
How?
dreaming.
you can make your own with
How do
dreaming.
we get? Oh, okay. That's the only way. We
You
can't.
have
I
no.
mean,
You
there's
could
not
Oh no,
go.
money.
You
We
could try
can't
to go
buy
get
it.
some. You can also create like gems with dreaming to buy it. In Ulthar, there's
Oh,
probably not like plate mail for sale. You know what I mean?
is
Even
it
though
more of a barter
it's
type
more of a barter
or like?
type system that you've
Okay.
noticed, and you've noticed this. It's more of a barter type system in the Dreamlands, but uh, in Ulthar, they're very giving to the dreamers. You might be able to get somebody to give you some armor or some weapons if you know how to use them. Here's the problem with normal people in the Dreamlands. I bet nobody's got any points in sword or spear
right.
or
Right.
axe. So that's where you're at a disadvantage from down darker trails because everybody's I got my gun. Um,
Right. That's
and
why I was
Mm.
asking about the
yes,
fighting brawl deal.
yep.
Yeah.
If you want, you could get a big club though, and a club will still do like a good amount of damage. Um, and you can use fighting brawl for clubs, knives, improvised weapons, and fists.
Okay.
So I mean, you do have some options. Um,
Oh, I was
yeah,
just gonna ask something.
I'll
and
just
you
get
can.
the cats to protect me.
That's possible. You've got
Yeah,
another connection
because they
too,
know magic too.
Isabella. So you got to
I did
keep
what?
that in mind. You have another connection from somebody that you met back in Independence,
Ada.
potentially. So you
Well, but
remember that.
I assume she's not here.
Oh, maybe.
How would I? What would I?
If you run
I mean,
into
the
her
only thing I can think of is
kind,
to just.
you could possibly name drop. I'll throw that out there. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Because nobody else knows about Ada that in this group at this
Yeah.
juncture. So, name dropping in the Dreamlands can save your life. Even if it's like
Right.
Atal. I know Atal, I'm his best friend, or whatever. Maybe that'll help you out. He's a high priest and author. Maybe it won't do anything. You guys also have some name drops that you guys could drop as well of certain creatures who you have met that could potentially save. You got to keep that in mind. It's knowing people in the Dreamlands. You can also explore Ulthar more. There are a few places marked on the map that you can look around. There are docks that you can go. You can just go and talk to people, and that requires a social skill roll. You might be able to get information there on stuff too. I
Hmm.
mean, the Wizard Wilkes
I'd like to do
passed through
that
Ulthar at
at some point.
some juncture, right? And so keep that in mind. You can talk to people. You can research in the libraries, maybe up at the temple. Um, um,
Cool.
yeah, you know the sage. Somebody dropped the name. Somebody got the name Harfer. I think it was Loren, and I'm sure he shared that with everybody. There's a sage from some other city here. Maybe he can help us. It's just this was kind of a drag tonight, just as far as like the
Well,
research goes. But at the same time,
yeah, we got
it was fun because I got to fuck with you guys with
Yeah.
weird shit in the library. Um, the box, thank you, James. It's a
Yeah, that
box.
was fun.
Oh shit. Okay, what's in here? And then I was just like, okay, what's the weirdest thing I can think of? A bunch of lizards that move around, and then when they settle, words form on their back or whatever. I almost had them like running around to spell out
Be the
shit.
words. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like,
That's
no,
what I
that
was
would
thinking at
take a
first.
while. That would take too long. Um,
Yes.
so, and some of this stuff was in here, and like the box of the lizards was totally made up, and that was fun. So I enjoyed that.
Nice.
There's gonna be a lot of shit that I'm just gonna have to make up on the fly here in the Dreamlands. So just remember when I make up shit on the fly. If you get off too off
You're gonna
track
die.
and I make up shit on the fly too much, yeah, it's
You're
gonna
gonna
get
die.
weird because it gets
You're gonna die.
weird. These guys.
We're
get
in the
to-
Dreamlands, so.
Yeah, that's fitting. So,
I'm glad I found this map. I'm super happy about finding a map of Ulthar.
Hey.
Oh, that's another thing. You guys are gonna learn eventually, where you need to go next, maybe to look for Wilkes. But you get to decide how you get there. You'll get some advice, and it'll be like, oh, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way. You guys get to tell me how you're going to get there. I'm only planning ahead as far as this city. And then
well,
each new place that you go, I'll be planning as you decide to go there. So this is less planned than a lot of my campaigns where it's like, I know the exact path that I want the party to take. You guys get to choose. Are we going overland? Are we going to get a ship? Do we go to another city to find a ship that can make it there? Do we find a different way to get there? Do we go upstream? So keep that in mind that you guys get to decide how the campaign goes and where you end up.
cool. I
I'm
like it.
talking too much. Sorry.
Nice.
Actually, I need to hop off, give Finley his pills, and take my own.
All right, Sean. I hope you had
I
fun.
was about to go get some Advil as well.
We might try to play in about 3 weeks. Next week, I'm not going to play anything because I'm going to be messing around with Hunt Showdown.
Nice.
The week after that, I'm hoping we can do a Dark Ages game and finish up that scenario. And then hopefully the week after that, we'll come back to this. And then I might put the Dark Ages game on hiatus for a while because I've really been enjoying this game more personally recently, especially with this. So go Sean, go. Let me know about the 13th.
See you,
Here, let
dude.
me actually. I can check that real quick.
Okay.
I've made my schedules for March. I usually have myself closing on a Wednesday.
No. I'm going to stop recording and streaming. Hey, anybody who's still here, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. We had about 4 people at one point, it looked like. Maybe more. I don't know.
Nice.
There's an ad break. We're going to
Oh,
wait till the
The
ad break is
ad
over
breaks are a little weird.
before we say
yeah.
goodbye.
It sucks they can't like schedule them.
Schedule
or, like,
them, yeah.
They
something-
are
I
scheduled.
don't know.
There's like 1 3-minute ad break
Well,
every hour.
All right,
and
so
if
you
it
want
doesn't-
to try to run
Okay.
next week on the 6th?
No, I'm not going to run on the 6th.
Okay.
I'm aiming for the
So
13th and the 20th for us.
13th, I
13th.
should be off at 5:30.
Okay, that's
Should
fine.
be. And then the
What about the
20th, I
20th?
should be off at 5:30.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to aim for March. Right now, the 13th and the 20th, and then depending on things go, we'll figure out from there.
Yeah. The problem is, even though I make the schedule,
You broke up, lost the end of that.
Okay,
Even though I make
sorry.
the schedule,
does not mean I get time off when I want it.
yeah, no, I get that.
Right.
I appreciate you checking.
Yeah.
So I'll schedule the
Like tonight.
next
I wasn't able to make it.
Dark Ages game. I'm going to schedule for the 13th, and then the next game of this for the 20th. Is that going to work for people?
Most all Wednesdays should be fine for me.
Sure. Probably.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay, I'll put
See
a
ya.
connection.
Bye.
And anybody watching, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming. And this will be up on
Bye.
YouTube
Bye-bye.
soon. And thank you to my players. And bye, everybody. Everybody wave. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
See
everybody.
ya.
Bye. Where's the damn button?